Hey everybody, welcome back to Bad Game Hall of Fame. I'm Charky, and with me here tonight is Sid.
Hello.
And we return to Contra Rogue Core, a game that doesn't get any better. Man, okay, so I did more grinding off stream. We are now at 15 total played hours on my end. As far as the stream is concerned, we've done like a little less than 6. I want to say, first of all, I hate this game. Secondly, I'm willing to give it a fair shot. No, I'm not. I hate this game. And third, this game is falling apart at the seams the more I play it. Not even like in terms of like the content we've repeated and like the things that like they've ran out of ideas after the first set of levels. No, I mean the longer I play it, the worse the game runs. It has constant issues with just like basic running, like stuttering and stuff now. Like I have verified all the files. I have reinstalled my graphics drivers fresh. I think this might be a situation like Skyrim, where the more you save the game, right, in Skyrim, like the more bloated the save file becomes, and the game starts running worse and worse, which usually takes like somewhere over 100 hours in Skyrim. I think Contra Rogue Core has managed to do that in 15.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, this game's also keeping track of like the position of multiple physics objects and NPC relationship values and things like that.
Yes, between every single level. Like, it always remembers every level you completed. Like, even if you never come back to it, or even the fact that when you come back to it, it resets it. It's like, but I remember that third time you came here where that can lies. I'll never forget that. It might also be that I have so many items at this point that I am brushing up against the limit of number of items I can hold. God, I'm gonna have so much to say once we get to our final thoughts on this game, which I hope is sometime soon. I don't know. I hope I leveled up enough to actually just finish this game and not have to do that again, but we will see. I think what we need to see first, though, before how far we can get tonight. Also, I think, fuck co-op night, by the way. Fuck that. We've seen it. We know what it is.
Thank you.
But before we see how far we can get into tonight's show, I think we need to see what's up with Charky Stream Snack.
Yeah.
Tonight's Stream Snack is Alani Nu Pink Slush. I am really running low on energy drinks now. Just my, not even... I have a number of the new ones, but I want to save those for a little bit. So I'm running out of, like, just my go-to energy drinks. So I just have a 6-pack of, like, the pink slush. So, I'm going to need to go find a variety pack or something. They didn't have any at the store. But good thing pink slush is one of the better flavors. And our snack tonight is Bibigo Mini Wontons Pork and Vegetable Dumplings. I'm not much of a cook. I really don't cook. Like, I know how to pop something in the oven. I know how to make a burger on the stove. Don't really have a grill for myself. But I tried pan frying these mini wontons because that's what it suggested.
Yeah.
I think I could use some improvement in terms of my technique. I think I was a little too active in minding them in terms of like flipping them. I think I flipped them a little too often.
Yeah.
But I managed to get a little bit of a golden brown on there. They're all right. There are things that I will do differently next time, and I think when I really talk about the flavors of this, it's going to have to be the next time I have these. And, like, cook them better, I think. But they're okay. They are, I will say, they have what I really look for in a stream snack, which is a lot of them. There's like 68 of them per bag.
Oh.
They're very small wontons, but they're a lot. So that's good for me and my wallet. yeah, I think I just... This is less about the snack and more about me cooking. I think I just need to mind the flipping a little bit better, or, you know, be a little more hands-off with it. I think I need to get more used to cooking with vegetable oil in general. But, they're alright. They're alright. Like, the other ways you can cook them, according to the packaging, is you make a soup. And the soup would be bad for the show, because I do this sitting on my bed. And the other way to do it would be to steam them in the microwave, which, I mean, I could, if I really needed the stream snack real fast, and sometimes I do. That seems like, I don't know, I feel like I could do better with my life than microwave some wontons.
I mean, if I was getting something that was like that, I think I probably would microwave them, because I feel like pan frying is the point where I'm like, I should just make something. Like, even if it wouldn't be very good or have as much flavor, etc. I'm like, I got this to be easy. I'm not gonna... If I have to flip something, I'm like, I may as well just make, I don't know, an egg or something.
I feel like this is...
Vegetables.
Oh, I will say I know how to make eggs. So, I mean, that's... if you consider eggs pan frying, then I know how to make an egg. But, I feel like this is good. Like, I want to learn more in terms of how to cook for myself and stuff like that. And I feel like this is good low-stakes practice, like frozen wonton pan frying, rather than, like, fuck up a chicken. What are you having tonight, Sid?
Well, I ate ahead of time because what I had was pre-seasoned chicken legs from the grocery store, which were on sale, so they were $1 a pound instead, which sounds bad, pound. But it's not. Yes, but it's just because it was near the end of the shelf life. But it's not past. I'm not gonna die. It's not. If it was $1 and it was already cooked, that would be bad. But once you add on the fact that you have to cook it yourself, like that's fine.
Yeah, I thought you were saying like whole thing already cooked, $1. Like, go fuck yourself, Costco. But
well, it's $1 a pound. It's less than a pound of meat on some of them. You know, they just pick whatever size. But so it's more like I paid like $5 for the whole thing. But this is interesting. I don't know why I'm saying this. It was good. I've had it before. It's good. I
will say in general, like, I am someone who a little bit of, you know, I have the anxieties and such, the OCDs and the things, and that makes me pay attention to like expiration dates maybe a bit more than I realistically need to. But folks, don't be afraid of like stuff that's just at the expiration date. Like, I love going to Walmart like real early in the morning, because they'll have their wraps from like the day before, and they'll say, this needs to go out now, clearance, 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 and they're perfectly fine. I've only gotten food poisoning like 3 times from it.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I try not to get chicken wings as much from the prepared food section, but it's like, if you go at the end of the day, it's like, oh, this is $3, and you look like they'd put the $3 sticker on it separate from the regular label that says, oh yeah, this was like $8. The economy's in shambles.
And with that fine note to end on, that'll do it for the stream snack.
Speaking of economies being in shambles, Contra Rogue Core.
Contra Rogue Core, on sale now for $40 still. Although, as we speak, the Steam sale will begin, I think, 2 days for the summer sale. So, I don't know, maybe it'll be $1, and it still won't be worth it. But don't just take my word for it. Take a look at the game yourself as we launch Contra Rogue Core. Let's see, here we go. So, as I said, don't adjust your screens. If the game starts stuttering or being weird, it's probably the game doing it.
Man.
Magic Meow says, I don't think I'll be picking this up on the Steam sale. It's in our family plan. You already have it. Don't act like you're not, like, I had to kick you off. I had to say, like, Magic Meows, we got a show to do tonight. You can't be playing Contra Rogue Core while I'm trying to do it. All right. let's see, how stuttery is it right now? Not as bad. Not as bad as it's been. Frame rate's still bad, but that's normal. All right, where did I leave off in terms of, like, my web stuff? Okay, so my surgery shit.
Yes.
I think this is pretty much what I had last time. I did boost something. I think I tried to boost... I used the... what you call it? This middle one? Android? To boost one of these stats. Now, I was taking a big risk because I didn't want to lose any of these necessarily. Especially the two good ones there. But I did boost it from overheated attack, I think level 9 to level 14. I still don't know what overheated attack means. And that one success came with a couple of failures, so I'm just going to ignore this system.
Yeah. Christ. You do have a lot of money, though.
I do. The secret to doing money is to grind all those missions, like I said, and then just sell a bunch of shit. Like, I have sold a bunch of shit. I still have 675 BAD parts, 45 down from like 200 body parts. So I sold most of that off. But yeah, the item limit is 1,000. So I am technically getting kind of close. I was way closer before. As far as my weapons go, I upgraded the machine gun to a B+, which is a lot of money. And I upgraded to the MIRV missile to A+, which is a lot of money. But it's like, this is the only weapon that feels good to fire. And this does a lot of damage. So I'm like, I'll just go with these forever. As far, like until the wheels fall off.
Prioritize the weapon that does a lot of damage over the one that feels good, because that's the kind of game you're dealing with.
I mean, the MIRV doesn't feel bad. Like, I can just get in there and do that, and that's a lot of damage, especially if I have that. It's really like the machine gun, the main weapon. Like, this feels normal. This feels like a twin-stick shooter should. Every other thing, like, if you, as a reminder, if I go here and pick up Gentleman, like, Gentleman has ostensibly, like, a better weapon. It's like an epic rarity weapon. But it does this shit. Like, no thanks. I'll take the gun.
Yeah, I have just one experiment that we're going to bother with for damage. Is overheated attack. If you... Okay, well, fire a rocket at the dummy. It's one MIRV at the dummy.
Stop. MIRV does a lot of damage.
Now, overheat the machine gun and then fire the MIRV again. Didn't seem like more.
No, I don't think that's it.
That was my one guess. That'd be an idea for anyone else. I think actually other games have already done this. Never mind.
All right, so we left off somewhere kind of deep into mission rank 3. Let me make sure of something real quick. When is our next cutscene going to unlock?
Right.
Where do we get more story? Fiends in a Frenzy. Okay, so at the end of this, we should get something. Slime Generator says, I appreciate the boldness of having a lady named Miss Harakiri who only uses a sword like 2% of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, well, she can't take it out because then it's not Harakiri anymore.
Alright, let's
just to keep it in there.
Horde. Oh, it's another wave one.
Okay. Oh, maybe there's a secret if you don't survive. You've pinged some enemies.
I kind of wish we had done this last time now, because this would have been like a better one to grind out. I tried grinding the plane boss mission, but it takes so long.
Right.
Relative to the other one. And even then, like, it's not like there's tangibly better rewards for doing that mission or, like, better money. Definitely not better money. So it really becomes more like, I could just invest time. Because what I really need, if I want to upgrade weapons, is I need a lot of other, like, buffs to just pump into the thing to get the number up. And if you just do the real quick one, you'll consistently get at least one part that's worth like 16 points. So just do that a couple times. It's like, yeah, now I can just upgrade my weapons.
Yeah. I always kind of wonder, you know, like, because this happens in a lot of games. It happens in better games, is I think the key thing I should say, is that, like, there's like something that takes that's like difficult and takes a long time, and then there's the easier task that you could do a lot of really rapidly, and the rewards are better. And I just wonder, like, are they afraid that people will do the hard thing more times to get more because it takes longer? So it's not like it'd be imbalanced if the rewards were better for it.
I wonder if they're even thinking about the balance of rewards, or if they're just like later in game harder. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the primary thing I'm thinking of is how in Elden Ring, it's like you can either nuke these enemies who are asleep for 1,000,000 runes, or you could fight one enemy that's harder than some bosses for way less than that. Also, they don't drop anything. It's like, I guess if they want it to be just an obstacle and you're not supposed to kill it in the first place, I guess.
I feel like it's either that, like, I actually specifically know what part of the game you're talking about.
Yeah.
I feel like in that case, it's one of two things. It's one, yeah, they don't want you to fight that thing unless you're up for a challenge. Or two, and possibly like in tandem, like they set up a situation where you could really easily grind some stuff out, and they're like, oh, whoops, after the fact. Like, not intended behavior. Like, because, you know,
right.
For something like that, a game that huge, you might not realize that you have set up something that could be exploited once people get enough time to, like, think about it.
Yeah. The only thing counter-argument I'd have to that is that they love nerfing stuff that they didn't intend for the players to do. That's, like, fun.
Or they could put it there, realize it's there, and be like, you know what, leave it. That's fun.
Yeah.
This game does not seem like it was... This game feels more like it was...
fun.
Yes. But this one feels more like... Again, like, the balance on this feels like it was tuned for a mobile game.
Right.
Like, if we were to assume that this was always a console game, I would say, like, they just didn't give a shit about the balance. Or they balanced it in such a way where they're like, we actually hate the people who play this. But if this started life, if it were to be revealed that this started life as a mobile game, everything would make sense. It wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
But everything about this game would be like, I completely understand why it's like this now.
Yeah, I'm even thinking it's like maybe it lacks predatory monetization, because like I can say, like, I'm not familiar with a lot of eShop games that have tons of DLC for microtransactions, like that you'll be buying regularly in a game.
You can easily see where it would exist here, though. Especially with how slow it is to like get money, and even on the season pass. If you buy the season pass, you get like 150,000 credits and some extra like equipment things.
Uh-huh.
And of course, you know, skins. You can always sell skins.
Yeah. And I'm surprised they wouldn't, just so because it would make the characters more appealing. Kind of.
Again, there's skins in that season pass. Most of them are just t-shirts. Just like, would you like to see Miss Harakiri wearing a t-shirt? Not a sexy t-shirt, just a t-shirt. I can already tell this is not a good mission to grind out.
Yeah. This is just...
Wave 3 of 8. Yeah, fuck this.
Oh. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Is anyone in chat familiar with like a game on a Nintendo system that has just tons of microtransactions for in-game stuff?
You know what? I can name a first-party one. That Kirby game. The fake Monster Hunter one. Yeah.
Is that on? Yeah. And like I know, like, what's it, Rusty's or whatever has microtransactions. Yeah, I guess so.
I don't want to say microtransactions were good there, but man, at least they presented it in like a fun way.
Mm-hmm. Oh man!
Which is kind of like dystopic, I guess. But
Yeah.
it was a fun game. The games you could get off of it were fun, and I liked the writing.
Right, and I think it's like people were surprised that Rusty, the mascot character, was like an old guy with depression or something. Also, it was a Pokemon Rumble World on 3DS. I think that was the one. Which unfortunately isn't actually very fun, which is a big obstacle it has. Because I liked Pokemon Rumble on Wii, the original one. It was like a very stripped down, simple action game. And then they did there's more mechanics now, but in a way that just makes the game more annoying to play for Pokemon Rumble World. But that one had a system where like you could buy microtransactions for stuff in that game. But if you paid an equivalent amount to like $40, I think, if you paid like the retail price for a game in microtransactions, it just ticked over and unlocked everything that you would get with that, with the transactions. Like you bought a full game. It's like, hey, that's actually a pretty reasonable compromise. That I'm surprised they don't see. Oh, I know why more games do it because they want to make more money than the retail price. But
was there also just a straight up, hey, here's just unlock everything kind of thing?
Yeah,
that was that price.
Yeah, you could just pay to unlock everything, but if you happen to reach that price through microtransactions, they weren't going to be like, gotcha, dummy, you should have just paid for the full thing.
Also, I assume when you said, are there anything on the Switch? Is there anything on the Switch with that sort of predatory microtransactions? I assume you meant Nintendo first party, because if I wanted to go with what you literally said, Fortnite is on the Switch. Right.
Yeah. I guess that's. I guess I'm thinking of just like a not integrated shop system, though. I guess. Yeah, I should have been more specific, like through the eShop type of thing, because mostly because I can't imagine them designing a storefront end for this game. I don't know how difficult it is, but it seems like it's the type of thing where they'd rather just pass it off to the same thing that they sold the season pass through.
I've honestly seen a lot of Switch games that like the whole like microtransaction things built into the store work as you would expect for any other thing. Like if you go to the page, there's a list of DLC, and that is where the microtransactions live.
Yeah,
that's where you can just say like buy 100 coins, buy 350 coins, sort of things.
Oh, Johnny says something about Pokemon MOBA game with MTX on Switch. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, Chocobo Racing, the new one, that had microtransactions. Yeah, people hated that. Because...
Magic Meow says Nintendo doesn't really do microtransactions. That Mario Kart game that was on mobile was hella microtransactions.
I mean, I guess like on their, like they want to separate that somewhat. Like, cause the Animal Crossing game on mobile has a shitload of MTX.
Yeah, like Nintendo does have those what they call free to start games, and those are definitely like microtransaction-y. I think there might have been more of those on the 3DS than the Switch, but they definitely still do exist on the Switch. I would love a health. Oh, I got it. Okay. Thank you, game.
Wow, that's some smart item spawning.
Okay, I want to see how much gold I get at the end of this mission. Because, point of comparison, when I do the really quick wave mission from, like, the first set of levels, that's like 650 gold per attempt. And I can get that done in, like, 3 minutes, maybe? Maybe a little longer.
You know, a thing that annoys me. I feel like this game is reminding me of things that annoy me in like games in general. But because this game is bad, I'm being less charitable about it. It says this is wave 6 of 8, right?
Yeah.
But you've killed multiple like groups of enemies that spawn in, and then another one spawns in. That's what a wave is. When more stuff spawns in, that's a wave.
I'm trying to find
time between the like spawning, like if they spawn a bunch and then in between those, it's like, all right, here's a rest moment, but there isn't, so there's no distinction between the last wave of wave 6 and the first wave of wave 7.
Okay, there is at least 3 seconds of rest, so that throws your theory out the window.
Well, you can get even more rest if you just don't kill the last enemy in one of the spawn groups.
I mean, you're not wrong. Granted, you are on like a meta time limit too.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, 17 minutes to go. Which I actually remember, like, I feel like the first couple levels, the time limit was like, it takes about this long to beat the level with a little cushion time. And then we hit a point where all of a sudden they were just way, way off in how much time you had.
The first boss had a 50-minute time limit on it. It
Yeah.
did not, even like without grinding, that did not take 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Also, that does remind me though, I took, right before the show, I took a look at the Steam achievements that I unlocked and the percentages on them.
Yeah.
The first boss, the achievement for being the first boss, that's about 17% of players actually played through 5 levels of this game to beat the first boss. To beat the second boss in this game, that was a gold Steam achievement, which means no one's doing it. That was like 9% of players played through the first boss and went, yeah, I'll at least do the second boss.
Mm-hmm. This is one of the reasons why I'm always wary of people who do achievement hunting in games. Like, I think it's a fine way to engage in some games, but like, it's risky if you're ever like, oh, I'll just do this one for a gold. It's like, no, like your life will be better if you never play Contra Rogue Core. I promise.
I feel like the only games I go for like 100% achievements are, and there are ones I do. There are ones games that I enjoy enough that I'm like, I actually do want 100% this. But most of the time,
Yeah.
like by the time I'm thinking that, I've probably almost gotten all of them. Like Elden Ring Night Rain, the only game I've really been playing lately. Like, I saw there was an achievement for do every achievement. I was like, you know what? I think I'll go for that. How many do I have left? It turns out I had one achievement left to get it. and it was just have good items. Which I had somehow not gotten before.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's just like, I mean, I'm thinking about it. Like, Nioh 2 is the game I have the most hours. I mean, outside of Phantasy Star Online, but that game doesn't have achievements. But yeah, Nioh 2 I have the most time in. There's like a bunch of achievements I haven't gotten. And I'm just like, whatever. I have friends who've platinum that game, and then I see them play it, and I'm like, oh, you can do this and this and this and this. Like, there's no achievement for knock a boss out of their powered up state by headshotting them. So a lot of people don't know you can do that. I think also more games where you can evade to put out the fire on yourself, they should make an achievement for, so that more people realize you can do it. There are people on the highest difficulty I play with on Nioh 2 who are just on fire, and they're like, guess I'm on fire now. It's like, you can take care of that real quick, buddy. You don't have to be on fire.
I feel like video games now, in general, this is not a new thing.
Yeah.
Video games need to be less afraid of telling people how the video game works. Just be more upfront of like, hey, this is what this does. And you can definitely point at this game as something like that. Yeah, this isn't even a great... like, I got more. I was like, okay, wait. 3,000 credits is actually not bad at all. That's actually pretty good.
Right.
I'm not sure if I could get credits faster doing the other thing, but this isn't as bad as I thought it was. It still felt like it took forever. Oh, I don't get to look at it, right?
Yeah.
Always online, pretending like you're always in a lobby, so you can't sit and look at your things.
Yeah. Also, pocket eyes? I mean, all eyes are pocketable, technically. That's not the main issue when it comes to eyes, is that... the reason they don't end up in your pocket is because then you can't use them anymore.
I'm curious what that...
Also, Luis mentioned earlier, too, that like the timer's probably just like a max limit for online stuff, so people can't idle and stuff. But I mean, that's a bold estimation of how many people will be idling in Rogue Core.
I feel like if you're playing by yourself, they could have turned that off.
Yeah, that as well.
Could have. See, these are way too expensive. I'm looking for the one I just got. And I It was EM something or something EM. I just know it was gold, so that does narrow it down.
Yeah.
No clue what it is. It might have been for. It might be for a weapon I don't have equipped right now. EM probably actually does stand for something.
Do you have like an overall inventory?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Stun player. Yeah, I don't know what EM would stand for necessarily. Although, do I have anything I can buy? All the shit you can buy still sucks.
Johnny says, this is such a small thing. For a game that gives you so much junk loot, it's messed up that you're forced to pick it all up. There should be some sort of filter.
It's also hard to tell what I want to throw. It's also hard to tell what I want to throw away because, like, you need some of that stuff to, like, level up your weapons later. So I can't throw everything away, else I can't level up.
Yeah, actually, now... Oh, right, okay, it's gotta be that one for the cutscene.
Oh, wait, okay. Next level. Fiends in a Frenzy. Neutralize the threat. Prepare yourself. We've detected an unknown giant fiend. How much do you want to bet it's the exact same one we fought as the first boss?
Right, but like a different color.
Even that... maybe not even that. Is it the same location? No, it's a different location. But Giant Fiend, I'm thinking we're going to fight the same boss. Let's see.
Maybe in the subway? Look for an entrance.
Oh, underground. It'll be hanging upside down instead.
I'm glad they gave you a shooting gallery mode type camera setup, but it was just the regular controls, so you couldn't...
Oh, just... God, okay, yeah, all the data things right up front, sure. Whatever, now I don't have to worry about it.
Like, I don't know, y'all put the system in the game. If you don't want to do it, then don't.
Oh,
okay.
Fade to black.
Seamless!
What happened to the moon? What's going on with the...
Whoa! Alright, train level. Classic. Okay, hey, what do you know?
Hey, yeah, new boss. Alright, you know what? I gotta find some sort of light here. I like the idea of this.
Yeah.
Like a living train.
Now, let's see how this is.
We have to find the answer by ourselves.
Wow, thanks, Lily. Great observation.
I also noticed that this is, granted, I have leveled up a lot, but, wait, fake doors? Oh, I actually have to aim a little bit. Okay, the green ones aren't worth firing. I wish that might be a setting, but I wish this was faster.
Yeah.
Okay. This actually isn't great for my homing so much because the homing doesn't care if it's real or not.
Right.
But, you know, easy enough still. Gotta aim just right. Gotta aim in that general direction right over there. This is... So far... That's decent. Is that the end? Don't even fight the... Okay, nope, of course not.
Yeah, okay.
Alright.
Two-phase boss. Alright. Hey.
A two-phase boss with a second phase isn't just does a slightly different attack. Don't let it touch you, it's creepy. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Okay. What passengers?
You gonna do the chainsaw again? Yeah.
Decent music, kinda.
Yeah, it's got an opinion. What's that system stuff?
What system stuff?
Oh, when the camera popped over, it had like system link OK or something on top of you.
Oh, I have no idea. Oh,
Yeah,
that's the HUD for the what you call it? The shooting gallery mode. They overlay like information and stuff, just like flavor.
I didn't know that was like diegetic.
Now I can't help but notice that he's out of life.
Yeah. Oh no, the camera shouldn't do that. Oh, that's like a normal GameStop problem though. Okay.
All right. Nope, you're dead. That's the fight. Okay. You know, that was decent. That was...
Hey.
This was probably the best level in the entire game so far.
Yeah. Hold on. Was that in the trailer?
I don't remember seeing it. Although maybe it was. That was a very long time ago. And we got a vlog. Alright, what
He's also asked.
Go on.
Is it not that common for a boss that has majority of metal and mechanical pieces around the body? In the second part, instead of just being all meat and biomass, it has some mechanical parts.
I've definitely seen it.
I mean, I think they usually keep. Yeah, they keep some almost all the time. I think.
Let's see. So I got clear results, clear bonus, and then my S rank stuff is Avenger main.
Yeah.
You know, if I were to grind this level didn't take long at all. Grinding out for a gold part is would be pretty good for
So 29 credits though. Kiss my ass.
Yeah.
29?
He had pocket change on him. Alright, first of all, I'm curious what Avenger is. Actually more than that, hold up. I'm more curious what it sells for. Alright. Avenger main. Sells for 1,000. Increased damage in cool rate while your shield is 0. So, that's something I'm never going to use. Because I don't like to invest in that sort of stuff. But
it'd have to be wildly good to be worth it. But I doubt it is, because everything in this game is sort of overbalanced towards being median.
It sells for 1,000 though. And that mission took me like, what, less than 5 minutes?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That might be my new grind level.
Oh, gosh. But hey, now let's get a real prize.
Yeah, let's find out what happened to the story. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, come on.
We're already... you fought like a cool boss, and then the next thing it tells you is like, you know you're going to fight him again, right? Alright, let's check it out.
Kurt, I can't believe it's you in there.
My word! No, I will not tell him that. To paraphrase, he is quite thrilled to see you as well, Dr. Banks, and eager to learn how you're still among the living.
It was nothing but luck. Swan Labs' hazmat crew found me among the wreckage. A quick stint in their med ward, and I was back on my feet and back in business. I made it my life's duty to undo the damage we caused. Swan Labs was experimenting with psychological blockers, so anyone could enter the damned city without losing their, well, damned minds. And I succeeded in creating a cure. At least according to my lab results. I still needed to conduct a field test. While my serum was effective in keeping us sane, we weren't as well prepared for the city's other dangers.
First boss.
I was attempting to escape when I made an even greater discovery. The origin of the damned city itself. You see, when we fired the vortex cannon, we tore a hole in the fabric of space and time. The aliens weren't destroyed. They were transferred into the past. This created a paradox, splitting the timeline to create a parallel Earth. One in which we humans have been wiped out instead of the aliens. But nature cannot stand a contradiction. It needs to reconcile these two timelines into one. And it's doing so by merging our worlds, with the damned city as the epicenter. But I know how to stop it. I do. Just step into my lab and I'll show you.
No, that's no lab, Doc.
Oh shit! Hold on, everyone!
Did he hit the cattywampus button? What happened?
No, he's not dead.
You just smushed him a little. And puked on him.
Fucking pandas.
What?
Now, as people know, that I've said this on the show multiple times, I hate time travel plots. I hate it. I mean, whatever. This isn't going as far as a lot of them do with being like having dumb plot hole shit. It's just like whatever. There's two realities and they're merging. Fine. But it's game's definitely trying not to get in my good graces. Also, wasn't he on their ship? Like, what was he like? Let's go into my lab here on your ship. Or even if it was a ship that he's familiar with, let's step into my lab. This airlock.
Yeah, I don't. It feels like someone else came on to write the end of that scene. And then they started, and then they left, and then the original person came back. It's like, why is he doing this? Well, can't erase it now.
Like, Dorkin just walks in the room, and he's like, hey, what if he pulled the airlock? All right, bye. A mid-tier threat. Still no idea when I can ever unlock another exploration mission. The achievement for, like, completing an exploration mission is, like, 8%. Also, I don't know how I don't have a rating on any of the... Whatever.
Yeah.
Mid-tier threat. Hunt down a dangerous fiend. Check your body parts are in order. Check you feet. Alright. I just want to look. See if we have done that particular level before. No. This is a new location. So, mid-tier threat.
Here we go. Canadian Alligator says my legs are okay.
That's
So
good to
true.
hear.
Your legs are broken. My legs are okay.
Oh, I'm definitely sitting in such a way that my legs will be fucked up at the end of the stream. And crisscross applesauce here.
Imagine if Strumon Studio made Contra Rogue Core. The plot would make even less sense. But it would be incredible. It'd probably crash more, but that's also fine. You know, they've earned it.
This enemy is
For
taking
people who don't know,
far more damage than I want.
for people who are unfamiliar, Strumon Studio made EYE Divine Cybermancy. Developing a new game now.
I know they did Necromunda, they did Deathwing.
Yeah.
Are they doing another Warhammer game?
They didn't say. I don't think it is, though. Which is fine, because it seems like every studio that could has done one recently.
Let me...
They're a studio that, I feel like I could just point out they are not Eastern European, which is more relevant than anything else.
They're French, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you look at the games like, well, are you sure they're not like a Slav has to be involved here somewhere, right?
East
like it's so
France.
Slavic. Like when I found out Hellpoint's developed by French Canadians. I'm like, no, it's not. Shut up. You're under fake identities.
I was thinking earlier today that maybe I should give Claire Obscure another chance. It's not a game that I hated. Like, I was like, oh, this game sucks. I'm not going to play it. It was like, oh, this game's super fucking depressing. I don't want to play this. And I'm thinking, like, do I want to give it another chance? So I think I'm emotionally ready to try that game again. And I'm thinking, no, probably not.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens. Oh, okay, also, yeah, I thought people saying it's definitely EYE too. I forgot that was actually and also, yeah, Johnny says, like, this is supposed to be a new location, but this is very familiar. Yeah, yes, it is.
Yeah, I mean, even when we went to, like, quote-unquote new locations earlier in the game, we were seeing, like, blocks of other levels we've already been to, like, repurposed. Like that one section with the cars that lead up to, like, a car sticking out of the wall. We just saw it from a different angle with green around it. What is... Oh, that's... Oh, wait. There's a finishing move guy.
I'm going to kill you with my sword.
What? Alright. Just dodge that missile.
You're dead from my sword now.
I'm just imagining, like, a character going, my sword is called the Dead Maker, because if it hits you, I make you dead.
Oh, slow down. You're gonna... Heaven Dorkit's gonna be out of a job if you keep this up.
Yay. Where do I go? Like, that didn't look like it was gonna blow up, no.
Right. Is it just something else?
Can't jump up there.
The bottom of the screen. There one guy left. You throw that barrel at it. That probably, like, that's not come up so far, but why?
I feel like
would something
that
like
shouldn't
happen?
be the case because I could have easily blown it up earlier. No?
Right. Okay. Do you just go back? What? Or is it a bug? I guess we'll find out.
Been here.
Oh, hey, a bomb. Okay, there we go.
Oh! You can't dash
Alright.
during this too, so... I'm patient, I can wait. You're not gonna get me. Oh, you just decided not to... Wait, did they actually turn that off while you're carrying the... Never mind.
Okay, there.
Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. That was nice of y'all to join us. Sundry says, wasn't this an episode of the 60s Batman show? You're thinking of the movie, which is great.
Yeah. Great movie. Very horny in the way that early 60s stuff is. Not only, but you know. In a way that's very 60s. Oh no! Oh man, I need to look up the name of this movie again. The only way I know how to look it up is that the lead in it was on The Flash. Name Rick Cosnett? Yeah. Skybound. That's right. The made-for-TV movie with the tagline, "What if one day the ground was gone?"
That's just the plot. Isn't that the plot of Grand Blue Fantasy?
No, I'm sorry. It looks like they... That was on a poster previously. It looks like it... the poster for it now says, "There's nowhere to land."
So I feel like... I've never heard of this movie before, but I feel like I know what the plot is. At least the setting.
Oh, plane, yeah.
That feels like a shower thought made into a movie, right? Like, what if the ground disappeared?
Right, yeah. And if it was a Christopher Nolan movie, then there'd be a really complicated explanation for how it works that really doesn't hold water or matter, but...
It'd be 3.5 hours long. You'd feel like... I think someone on YouTube would probably explain this, right?
Yeah. I will say, though, Tenet, pretty good. It's pretty good, even though they do try to explain how the fucking reverse time thing works, and I don't think it really makes sense, but...
Hey, you remember the plot device I said that I absolutely hate? So yeah,
Oh,
I
don't
haven't
worry.
seen Tenet.
It's way more ridiculous than that. What if objects were charged with go back in time energy? It's funny because he actually comes up with a kind of clean way to explain it, but then tries to explain it more than that. Because there's a point where there's like a what was it, a bullet? And since it's charged with like time, like being inverted in time, he like tries to like put his hand over it to pick it up, and the person explains like, no, you have to have dropped it. So you do the motion of having dropped the bullet in reverse, and it goes back into your hand. And that's actually how the whole movie works. But then they try to explain how it would work with people and to the entire planet, and that doesn't make any sense.
I hear people like praise the movie Primer, and they're like, "Oh, it's so good. Check out this chart of how it's so logical too. Like everything makes sense. Check out this chart someone made to explain how it works, and it's just like a bunch of lines in circles intersecting with each other. That's unreadable. It's like, no, thanks."
No, I mean, like I heard the guys made that movie are assholes or whatever, but like separately, like I watched the movie, I'm like, well, you don't need to understand how all of it works for the themes of the movie. Like, it's not really that deep because it's another. It's always funny when you see a movie with like a really wild like concept, but then it's about like breaking up with a girl.
Oh, you mean like In Time, the Justin Timberlake movie? Where time is literally money? Or, your age is money. I'm sorry.
Right, yeah. I just remember I saw the trailer for that, and a line that would be in the movie. It's like, no one should have to die no matter what their value or whatever thing. Like, but he just delivered it as poorly as possible, and it was in the trailer. I'm like, I gotta see this. I still haven't, but if the entire movie is that poorly acted, then I got it.
Oh, come on, move. Right. I just fuck
Cassidy chat says, what if a snail was fast? I think that's a few indie games at least.
That's also the movie Turbo.
Yeah. Also, Johnny Baggett says, Chris Nolan taking after the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure way of writing, over-explain and create BS logic for all the magic. Okay, here... This is the thing. I don't know how to explain this or really justify the sentiment, but I think Christopher Nolan has dreams about stuff and then has to write logic around. Like, he doesn't accept the idea that it wouldn't be explained. Whereas I think Hirohiko Araki is like, I think he comes up with these and they do make sense, but he doesn't know how to explain it to us. He might just be the smartest man alive, but he can't explain it to us. And all he wants to do is draw JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Do you think...
I just feel like that's true.
Do you think he watches, like, YouTube videos trying to explain JoJo characters' powers? And he's like, I see. Actually, that would be fun, I think. Like, especially in today's culture of, like, YouTube videos that have to, like, logically explain how everything works.
Right.
To make something, first of all, to be a popular writer, that's like a step one.
Right.
But to make something where you personally don't understand how it works, you make sure that you make something and you don't know what's going on, and then just see how everyone else interprets it and go like, okay, I think that makes the most sense. Sure, I'll go with that.
Right, yeah. Well, it's what J.J. Abrams should have done for Lost. Because, I think, obviously, this, the whole, like, puzzle box nature of, like, people trying to wiki out every plot and solve it is dumb, but I think Lost is partly to blame, because everyone came with explanations, and then J.J. Abrams said, like, I don't know, and the ending is I don't know, even though I opened, like, thematically, it also doesn't really work.
I don't remember if it was Lost or a different show that kind of worked like that. But I remember that there was some show that partway through, like, its plot, people kind of, like, correctly guessed what the twist was going to be online. Like, some people were like, oh, I think this is what's going to happen. And they were right.
Right.
So, like, the showrunner was like, well, we got to change the plot now because no one can guess this. Like, I don't think you need to be that afraid of, like, if people can pick up what you're putting down, I think that's a good thing. right? That people can
Foreshadowing's
intuit.
only purpose isn't to get people to watch it one time. Yeah, it's foreshadowing's because the story is good, right? I assumed.
Yeah, like I feel like if you purposely try to like redo your stuff because you just want absolutely no one to understand the twist before it happens, you're at a certain point just making things randomly. More so than outsmarting the audience, you're just making something arbitrary.
And I'm sorry, you'll just never be on the level of people who believe they're telling something very coherent, but their worldview is completely different to yours, so the ending doesn't make any sense to you. Like, you'll never be on their level. Don't even try it.
I think I see what I was supposed to
upset
do
everyone.
But oh well.
Right.
A new enemy? A new boss type? That we're going to see forever as it becomes a normal enemy?
Yeah. Oh, she have like a lot of nipples because she got a feminine face.
We're
doing this. This is an
Why is my
AO
movement
stream
weird?
now.
Okay. Oh, okay, it's not taking damage now because I... Alright.
Hey,
I
Gauss
died.
gun.
Yep.
Oh, well.
The worst. Stuck. Wait. Oh, wait, this is a different weapon.
Yo, you still got it.
Yeah. It's also still not very good. You gotta charge it up.
Does it really do 4,000 damage? And hey, another form. That's also not just the different moveset.
Wait, is it taking damage right now? Is it capable of... Let me see. I thought it wasn't taking damage.
Yeah, I think it was maybe just in its form change animation.
Actually, that's not bad. The aiming is having a rough time right now. Yeah, I think it was just mid-animation and it wasn't...
Cool.
Eh. Thankfully, I have a lot of lives. Like, what I've been really worried about in terms of progression, and in terms of progression for this stream especially, is that I've been capable of, like, getting my weapon strength up pretty decently. The thing is, I've gotten, like, nothing that's really going to improve my shields.
Right.
So I was worried about getting, like, way out-damaged by bosses. Or just normal enemies, really.
At least you can jump over the crowd.
Yeah, honestly, that thing's so tall, that's just the easiest way to hit it. Okay.
Right.
I have 3 bombs. Oh, fuck. That's not enough time to take a drink. I think I can just leave now.
Yeah, headphone chat says must be Christmas or something. Yeah, two new enemies, rapid succession. Maybe we're gonna get new stuff constantly from here on out. No, we already know we're gonna get a refight, but you know.
Yeah,
imagine if they just really poorly paced it and this game had variety all along.
I'd love to return to the base. There we go.
You really fucked those fiends in the ass.
Oh, I'm so close to leveling up this machine gun.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Sure. A lot of laser boosters. Like, now I'm worried every time I get a lot of items, because I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I gotta sell some of this, and I gotta figure out how I'm gonna sell some of this. Alright. Ruined area. Let's just check the map real quick. I always want another new area.
Alright.
Ruined area, Wipeout. Need to clear out the fields in the scrapyard.
What? Why is it written like just like a post-it note reminder to yourself? To do.
Oh. You know, in the lore, that's what it is. I was thinking... okay, here's what I was thinking. As part of Bad Game Hall of Fame, I was thinking I might want to make like a lore video on something, right? Like one of those deep dive lore videos.
Right.
The main reason because it's something Cass would hate. That really just go completely counter to like the sort of content that Cass likes or respects.
Yes.
And also, you know, just to see if I were to go full on Matt Pat, like what shit could I come up with? Fuck.
You should have flown against the screen for that.
Trashy as Possum Flint says Cass hates lore. Got it. I think it's my impression of Cass, and Cass can tell me if I'm wrong, is that Cass doesn't really like the obsession with like deep dive lore in a lot of I'd say general media. It's particularly in cases where it is not necessarily necessary, like a Super Mario lore video. I think.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my read of Cass.
Yeah.
I believe Cass might still be here to defend themselves, and if not, then we're just going to assume that's correct. Oh, Jesus Christ. See, that's what I was worried about with damage.
Yeah.
Right,
At least this game seems to have like a one-hit death protection with the shield.
That is true. Oh, and there's some more shield right there. Slime Jenner says, Contra Rogue Core explain. Yeah, like, there's enough, like, substance in the game to actually, like, say, like, hey, this is the plot of what happened, and there's probably enough room left over for me to, like, wildly speculate.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, while we got a lull here, there's something I want to talk about, or I want to bring up, because it is news stuff. And it is, stop killing games. Because Ross of Curse Farms, who's been, if you don't know, Stop Killing Games was a campaign to, I guess still is the word, is a campaign to try and put like some sort of regulation to effect, at least anywhere, to prevent games from just getting like straight up shut down by their publishers in the way that The Crew was, where like The Crew, you can't play that game anymore, period. Like, even if you want to do single player, because the servers are shut down, like, that game is just, unaccessible. And it's not just for single player stuff, it is basically any game, they argue, shouldn't be just, like, immediately, like, say, like, okay, we can just take away your ability to play this game, period. Not to say that they should run it forever, but just to release, like, an offline mode, or to provide some sort of tool for, people to run their own servers or something. Just anything beyond, like, complete, this is a inactive product forever. Like, you bought something, but you didn't buy the right to actually own it or use it. And there's more detail to it than that. I am simplifying. I would suggest checking out StopKillingGames.com if you want more information on that, more detailed information than I can provide. But he posted a video yesterday saying that it's basically over, because their main vector of getting anything done at the moment was to get signatures on I forget what it's technically called, but petition isn't really the right word for it, because if they were to get 1 million signatures on it, it would go before, regulatory committees to, be examined, looked at, voted upon. Kind of like in America, how we have the, if enough signatures get provided to like the White House directly, then they have to address something. I think this is like a little bit more substantial than that in how it works, but they're like halfway there, so they're probably not going to make it. Although there is still time, especially if you live in the EU. It's like have until like midway through July. So again, if you're in the EU, check out StopKillingGames.com. But kind of the main thing that came out of that video was him describing how Pirate Software kind of single-handedly fucked it up. Like, maybe it wasn't all him. Maybe it was always going to be an uphill struggle. But it seems like Thor/Pirate Software really, really fucking hated this. To the extent that he said he hated it. And was actively trying to fight against it. He seemed to... The charitable explanation seemed to be that he just didn't understand what Stop Killing Games was. The least charitable explanation would be that he was spreading misinformation, but we have no way of knowing that. Living in the allegedly land with that phrasing. But, man, that sucks. Because, I think consumer protection is important, and, it's a shame to see something like that, especially with games preservation, take a hit. And it also sucks that Pirate Software seemed to really fuck it up and just, like, really, really be against consumer protection. I don't know if you had
honestly,
any
the more I
thoughts.
looked at it, I didn't really have any familiar. Like, I'd heard the name before, but I didn't really know anything about the guy or like what his opinions were. But like, having what I was just annoyed, like to the point where I'm like, you like literally aren't responding to the text. You're putting all this text on the screen, and then you're not reading it. Like, if you can't do this, don't make this kind of stuff or pretend you can do it.
Like he had the text on screen.
I don't know if you can read after seeing this.
He had text on screen explaining from the website that explained the stuff, or from like the slides that Ross put together that explained it, and then said like the opposite thing. Also, apparently, like Ross would leave like comments on the video saying like, "Hey, do we want to talk about this? You've misinterpreted this bit and that," and like he would delete those comments. Like, the guy definitely had, like, a vendetta against the idea of Stop Killing Games and against Ross at a certain point.
Yeah. Like, the only thing that could make it better was if I found out he was purposely a saboteur. Because if he's not, then it's just embarrassing. Because that's what it is. It's right now, it's just embarrassing.
Yeah. I mean, people are pointing out that, maybe part of the reason he's against the idea of... Or... he said there's no problem with, like, a game shutting down forever or anything like that, or becoming lost. He did work for Blizzard. He's an ex-Blizzard employee. Also, I think a Nepo hire, if I remember correctly. Allegedly. I got allegedly everything. Yeah. But...
Right.
Yeah, so, like... that's the news. My main thing is I want to say that... if you live in the EU, you can still check out Stop Killing Games. I know that Moist Critical, aka Penguin Zero, aka Charlie, actually just did a video talking about this. So that could be a big boon since he's a way bigger name than Ross is. But if you live in the EU, check out Stop Killing Games. There's still time. And also, man, Pirate Software seems like a tool. Like, I know people...
Yeah. Well, his latest game that's in early access is sitting at mostly negative on Steam, so he might be going through some things himself.
Like, I know people used to, like and respect him, and I think that's less so now. And, like...
Yeah.
I can't say, like, oh, I always hated him, but, I just seemed like, he seems alright, but, nah.
From what I can gather, also, like, looking at the early access for his latest game, it seems like he's one of those people who, and a few people have done this, where they're like chronicling their game development journey on YouTube, which I think is good. Like, I think it's good to have some insight into the development process and how you do various things, especially across like various genres. I think that's very informative. to see what problems come up, even if someone's like, I've studied this genre extensively, and they still make certain kinds of mistakes. But the problem is people said like, it seems like he was chronicling the development of this game on YouTube to build up his YouTube numbers and then do anything else. And he does, like, I checked his YouTube channel. I didn't realize he was the type of person who even did that with his game development. Like, I found that out from Steam reviews of the game that's not complete yet, because all his recent videos are not about that. They're all, like my reaction to the latest video game, which, that's fine. You're allowed to do it, but that's kind of dime a dozen compared to the specific game you were making.
There's also this. I'm not saying this as necessarily as a dunk on him, but it is kind of weird how the save system in his game apparently works. I don't know if it actually works this way or if this is something how it did work in the past, but the progress in his game is apparently saved to your Steam achievements, where like where you are in the game depends on what your Steam achievements are as an anti-piracy measure, which I guess in concept is, conceptually that's an interesting way to do it. That makes it very cheatable though, because you can just get a thing that checks off what Steam achievements you have.
Oh yeah, no, it's if you're already concerned about piracy, it's just strange to then have something like that as your protection measure, because it's so easily spoofed.
Also, pirate software against piracy? Yes.
Yeah, see, that's part of why
I come out of my well to look at pirate software and go, you say pirate software, but...
It's just like, maybe this will ruin the SEO for software pirates. They're like, not really, but it does seem like the kind of basic sort of, entry-level SEO thing.
Is that his reasoning for calling himself pirate software?
No, I'm just...
Okay.
When I think about it, if someone Googled pirate software, he would come up now. But, that's also, like, I don't think software piracy would come up if you typed it before. It's just a little thing he does.
Could you check Johnny Baghead's comment there? Comments.
Let it be known that Stop Killing Games is fighting against what was publishers taking a game you paid for and revoking your access/license. Like if you bought a movie on DVD or Blu-ray and one day it stopped working because the distributor lost the license. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like the thing I would always say about when I've had people say like, kind of, who cares about the Stop Killing Games stuff? And I was like, well, like, imagine you had a book, and one day, like, the publisher was like, hey, you can't read this book anymore. Book gone.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, you wouldn't accept that.
Yeah, even, like, the Doomsday scenario he mentions, it's like, live service games would be done for. It's a game I actually talked about previously on the Bad Game Hall of Fame podcast. It was Wayfinder, which was originally going to be an MMO. It was a live service game. It was an MMO, it was supposed to be. And the publishers were actually Digital Extremes, the people who published Warframe, who then dropped out on Airship Syndicate, the developers. So they turned it into a not live service game, and it actually improved the game's reputation more than when it was an MMO.
So I would encourage people to check out Ross's video if you want like the full scoop on the thing with pirate software. But something that Thor had said or tried to characterize Stop Killing Games as being was, he was like, they want to make it so that every developer has to make a single player mode for their MMOs, and that would take up so much resources and time that's unfeasible. And that's not at all what they wanted. Like, it is cool when when a developer decides, we're gonna make this playable in solo for you once it's done, but like, that's not at all what Stop Killing Games was asking for. Again, don't listen to me necessarily when it comes to explaining Stop Killing Games. Like, go to the website, read the things, listen to what Ross says. That is better source than I. But I feel like I'm doing a better job of explaining it than Pirate Software did.
Yeah. I mean, I'll also say it's funny that he brought up Square, like Final Fantasy XIV specifically. Like, obviously, turning Final Fantasy XIV into a fully offline thing would be a massive amount of effort. But one, there are private servers of Final Fantasy 11. There's a ton of them, actually. And like, what people are talking about is just the developer allowing that to be the case, that fans could make their own private servers of it. They don't have to actually do all the work themselves. They just have to provide the tools for other people to make it possible. And following that up, it's funny that he picked Square Enix because that's a company that, through no external pressure I can tell, just decided to make Dragon Quest X their MMO. They made an offline version. There's no stop killing games thing for that, but like they just chose to do that.
I forgot that Dragon Quest X was an MMO thing.
No, I think I'm out in English, so.
Well, okay, that would help, but I just forgot that in general.
But yeah, they made an offline. Like they did change the art style to what I think is something worse, which is effort they didn't have to put in, and I don't know why they did it. The art style in the MMO was fine. I guess maybe they like people who buy the single player games like it if characters have big heads, but I don't know. It looked like Dragon Quest. People in the modern Dragon Quest games don't have big heads. But they did all new character art, and they also changed the battle system from like an MMO like real time thing to like turn based like other Dragon Quest games. So again, they did more work than they had to.
Did the composer also mandate that the soundtrack sound worse?
I don't know if he was alive by the time they finished that. I can't remember the timeline on that.
He died sometime after 11.
Yeah, but the online version of 10 was I don't remember when that happened exactly, because it was after 11 came out that they did the offline version of 10. Devil Baby.
Devil Baby. I missed that. Okay, let's see something here. I can upgrade the machine gun now. So let's see. Development. Oh yeah, upgrades. How much do I need to get the machine gun? 96,000. I'm
almost
real
there,
close.
baby.
Well, you know what? We're gonna get there right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Finally, we can see an upgrade on stream, everyone.
So let's see.
Get your normal brains ready.
No.
Feast your normal eyes on this. KDR, he did restrict the usage of proper music. He's dead now. Koichi Tsukiyama is in hell where he belongs.
Mm-hmm. Also, he's definitely not in hell for the music thing. He's in hell for other reasons.
No, I feel like it might be part of it though. It's just like this a little bonus. Because there's no other reason that he did that except for pure greed. So.
All right, what can I sell? What can I sell to get me?
People are gonna pirate the music by when people stream the game, they'll hear the music. Yeah, that's how it works, buddy. Sure. Also, if they do that, who cares? You're like super successful. People buy the soundtracks anyway.
Tesla mine. I could probably sell all of these weapons. I could probably sell every single one of these weapons and not miss a thing. But I'm still trying to at least keep one on hand for each.
Slime Generator chat says, I've always got Freak's Brain equipped. Flint says, Freak's Brain is what they label my brain when I donate for science. Canadian Alligator says, for me, Freak's Brain is a normal brain. Great work, everyone.
Rocket Punch.
Okay, and also, yeah, Soul Stuff mentions, even for Gacha, Mega Man Cross Dive got an offline version after the online version shut down. That's true. Though it doesn't have all the stuff, including the crossovers, with Capcom's own franchises, which I don't understand. They own Devil May Cry. They're not going to stop owning Devil May Cry at some point.
All right. We got our machine gun. B+.
Yes.
Base damage 123. Right. Can upgrade it to 159. About 20 faster rounds per minute. But now we need to pump in the right parts. So let's see. I hope we have enough parts. I'm going to go with the small ones first. I probably don't want to get rid of M-Bolt 4. If it's a level 4, then I probably want to keep it. Just a little bit more. Yeah. Do I have anything that's worth 2 that I can just take off? To save. Okay. And then bad. So this one can be anything. It just matters what the points are. I I don't like that. That doesn't sound great at all. I have two of these slashers.
I took a screenshot of the before and after for the stats here. So the changes you get from leveling up. Base damage goes from 123.8 to 159. Critical rate goes from 11.1 to 12.5. Fire rate goes from 503.2 rounds per minute to 520 rounds per minute. And the heat up rate goes down from 2.4% per shot to 2.3% per shot.
Now, I will say the main benefit
of grinding.
The main benefit of leveling up is you get more slots to put in upgrades. So you can get more expensive upgrades. So that's really why I'm upgrading these weapons.
Yeah.
But yes, it's not huge returns. All right, there we go. I would never hit auto select. I don't know what the fuck would happen if you hit auto select. There's so much stuff that you would not want to get rid of. It's like, okay, your best stuff, gone. All right, but execute. All know.
I'm thinking of how much like junk you have, and like
there's your comparison, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. They do say it. Oh, and it's got more blue.
I still don't know what that is. I don't have a goddamn clue what that blue number is, or that blue icon. And all right, gets 2 free level ups.
Oh.
So now, if I want to upgrade it again, it's going to cost me 190,000 and all of this, but it takes me from 169 to 210 damage, and 84 storage to 100 storage,
and 560 rounds per minute. Like that. That's not like that amount of grinding, but that's a decent upgrade. Like that part's a bit fine. It's just the cost of everything that is really throwing everything off.
Speaking of the cost of everything, let's see. What's this do? EM Head Chopper. What if I replace Demon Tail with Head Chopper? What does that do for me? Let's go test it out.
Oh, buddy. Well, it comes back. No, one comes back. Wait, what? How does this work?
I think he just ricochets kind of wildly.
Okay, but it does seem to be kind of... The damage isn't good.
I feel like I prefer Demon Tail because that's just like a constant stream of damage behind me.
Right.
So let's go back in here. Put Demon Tail back on. I would love one of these that's just like, hey, shoots 2 bullets, right? Like twin shot.
That I bet that's something that is in the game, but like way late, like past the point where you even care about getting it anymore. That's my favorite kind of unlock.
Let's take that off. All right, so this is Booster Mark II. So I would love... These are... Okay.
That's a... Oh, it's not Mark II, though. That's a level 3.
Moderate increase base damage for machine gun only. Okay.
Okay, oh, yeah, it shows how much it goes up.
So,
that's a decent amount, actually.
Yeah, compared to... What was it before? 175. Yeah, that's real good. Okay, I'll put that on. So, Gen Booster level 3, I think is my highest one. No, I have a level 4.
Oh.
So, levels...
What's the difference?
So, level 3 is 210, level 4 is 213. They don't cost...
they cost the same.
They don't cost any different, yeah. Any individual thing's level just makes it better, but doesn't change the cost. And what level you get is random. So... let's see. Do I have a... What do I have here? This is M-Bolt. So if I go down far enough, I should see where it is equipped. Where is it? Okay, remember this number for me, alright? This is for... What is it? Fire rate.
Fire rate.
So remember 609.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, M-Bolt, M-Bolt, M-Bolt. Where is the fire rate stuff? Did I already have like the best one
Just
on
they had
there?
like
I did
Oh,
have
there.
the best one on there already. Okay.
really.
Yeah, I guess that's the
yeah,
best one I
there you go.
got for fire rate. So I might as well put the other one back on.
Yeah. Oh wow, this is a lot worse. 570 versus 609.
Well, I had 2 on, so I'm gonna put the second one back on. I thought I had like a better quality one, but I guess not. I guess not, rather. I can't. Okay, that's
No,
double stacking
that's- yeah.
the same one, so I can't do that.
Right.
Let's see.
60. Oh, there was a 612.
Oh, there's another.
There we go.
Yeah, there's another M4.
Hey.
And I have room for one more thing, I think. I have to just scroll down till I see, like, the storage number isn't orange anymore. Alright, come on, give me something,
yeah.
give me something. What range are we
Chat
in?
says
We're
this
getting
is-
pretty low? Okay. We're down to down here, so I can do
Slime says, this is some serious number slop. Johnny says,
Yes.
like, if the dev came out and said this game wasn't meant to have all the loot and gear, crafting, leveling until a few months before going gold, I would not be shocked. Anything tied to it, the recycle levels, areas and levels included, is the sloppiest parts of the game. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll add more fire
There's
rate
a lot.
to this.
Yeah. There's
Actually,
a lot of it.
I think I can add one more thing to this as well. There's probably a reason I didn't. Slightly increase critical hit to nothing because it doesn't critical hit. And I can't afford to get boosted damage on this because it's too expensive. Okay.
Hold on. It's a rapid fire weapon doesn't crit at all?
No, this is the missile launcher.
Oh, okay. Oh, sure. That's fine, I guess.
The other one crits, but like I have a bad
Okay.
habit anyway of like not investing into crit. So I'm not going to fix that now. All right, good. So now we have a better machine gun.
Sure.
I mean, it does fire faster and do more damage. But before we actually go test it out, I need to take a quick step away, a quick brief intermission. So we will return momentarily. So everyone, stay tuned. Okay, and we're back.
Hello.
Okay, let's see. Oh, I should probably make sure the game is on. Okay, there we are. We're back. Where did we leave off? Park Night Patrol. The fiends infesting the park are really killing the mood. All right. Again.
Oh, let's see how nice this park is.
All right, we've done a level there before. Have we done it more than once? Yes. I think this will be our third time going back to this level.
You know, I sometimes think about games where they have all these.
Oh, it's a wave one.
All these. Oh, hey, they got big goop tanks. But yeah, whenever they like create all these areas, like, I don't know. I kind of think about how, but like none of the areas have that much effort put into them. I think about how Phantasy Star Online Episode 1, which was a full retailer. Obviously, it's an older game, but like, there were 4 areas, and like the aesthetic changed for each like sub area. But that people were fine just doing that.
You know, with that poised enemy there, like, there is this whole system of elemental damage in this game. Like, you can get perks related to it. They have, like, different names for the damage. There's, like, the frost, and there's poison, and there's fire, and there's VMH, or whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
And, like, different enemy colors are weak to different things, which I don't think they tell you exactly what's what.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, like, why would you engage with that system? Because you could only bring 2 weapons per level. And
Right.
Like, maybe if you had a full team and one person is like, I'm devoted to fighting poison guys because I have fire or something. But, like, A, no one's gonna do this with this game. And B, just go with generic damage. Go with the thing that something's not going to be strong against necessarily. Maybe there's enemies that are strong to generic, but this seems like to be the workhorse.
Yeah. It's a big problem, I think, with games that have both, like, that have builds, but also high time investment into individual builds, is that it just doesn't make sense to ever do it. So that entire part of the game is just a waste of time. And, like, we've been saying a lot, like, oh, who's going to do this with this game, right? And you could argue, it's like, well, the launch version of the game, they don't design a game being like, oh, this is going to be a failure before it comes out, except Anthem. But they, this game got a post-release patch, which is the point where you're like, okay, this is clearly not going to be a success, so here's what we're going to do to at least salvage it for whoever plays the game after. For if someone is like, I'll play this single player, I guess, because clearly it's not going to be successful enough, then you have to patch around that. But, and it's strange that they did one. They clearly cared just enough to do one and had just enough money to do one, but didn't then patch it for the reality of what the game was going to be like at the time it came out.
I mean, if they wanted to, like, rebalance the entire thing to be, like, more single-player, friendly, I feel like that's a thing that, at that point, they probably wouldn't have had the time or the budget to make that sort of big rebalance.
Oh, sure, but I think, like I mentioned, like, the upgrades seem pretty reasonable, except the cost, right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I mean,
and
changing
like,
the cost
and
of
like
stuff
the,
would be...
yeah. Right, and then like stuff like, the overheating was really terrible in the launch of the game, and like they rebalanced that to be, it's still not good, but way better. And that seems like that's a much harder, like that's a more risky thing to do with your game balance than change the price of the upgrades. Like changing the overheat rate fundamentally changes how effective, like how much damage you can do per second in combat, way more than the upgrades you do in the middle, like in between levels. And it's not like there's a competitive league, but like I said, it's clear that wasn't going to take off by the time that they did their update. Like, the only explanation I can think of is that that update was already roadmapped, and they just went ahead and did it after the game came out, and it didn't really reflect anything about the game, and it was like...
Potentially, yeah.
The bad overheats before... Yeah, the bad overheating and stuff before launch was just them not finishing the balance on it. And I guess that would make sense, but it's still, like... I don't know. It was just one more action item. I know game development is not always as simple as, like, modding, obviously, in terms of how quickly you can get things done, but just, you know, also lower the price of everything. Just that's pretty high.
Yeah, $40 for this game's pretty high.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I know, but imagine that balance patch for the Steam.
Yeah, balance the price in the Steam store. Fix a bug where price did not match game value.
Yeah. Well, I think that is the case for what was it? Fear 2, what's it called? Reborn? Is the like the super short DLC for Fear 2.
Rebirth,
where you play
maybe?
a replicant. Yeah. Yeah, but either way, it was like $100 or something on Steam for no real reason.
I don't remember that.
Not like a... it was like but it was like way too much money. Like it cost like way more than the game costs.
I think I mentioned this on stream before, but I think that was the last PC game that I ever bought a physical copy of.
Yeah, you have.
And like
on the show, or at least the podcast, yeah.
Yeah. And like when you bought a physical copy of that game, I'm pretty sure it came with a CD that when you put the CD in, it had the installer for Steam on it and the key for it that you could register on Steam on the CD. So that's all that was.
Mm-hmm. It is funny how much digital rights stuff like companies have put forth to avoid, piracy or whatever. And at the end of the day, CD keys are as effective. It's just kind of worked out that they're as good as CD keys were.
Oh, so Squatchless asks, how goes Contra Burger? We had a good boss fight. We did have a good boss fight earlier. And then, okay, the boss fight, what was the level? It was called...
Fiend.
Fiends in a Frenzy, which was... We detected an unknown giant fiend. And then we saw the cutscene that unlocked, and it said the next cutscene will be unlocked when you beat the level. Giant Fiend Rematch.
The huge fiend has been detected. I think it's a different fiend because the other one completely exploded.
I don't know.
It's not the same fiend.
Let me say something here. Giant Signal Probe, where's that? That's right there. Giant Fiend Rematch is right there. So it's the first boss again.
Or is it? You never know. Maybe it's just the subway tunnel we didn't see last time.
Maybe it's the helicopter. It was just over there. But before we get there, we gotta go through these. Reach the destination. Fiends just keep coming. Give them bullets as a present.
What?
Try diplomacy.
Oh, is it Christmas? It's cold.
Shit, we cleared this area, but it's full of fiends again.
Oh, go figure. We have to do a level again.
Oh, wow, they didn't call this one just, hey, it's the same level again.
God, you know what? Between, I'm going to do, I think, minimal grinding between this episode and the next one. Like, I got to do some, but I am getting sick of doing this.
Right.
I'm getting so sick of doing this.
I say Contra Burger because that was the one thing I remember from playing Automedius, besides the final boss being Tokimeki Memorial. Yeah, much better game, Automedius, than this.
Ooh.
Oh. Also, Slime says you could spell Astad with the set of levels if you're ranked in a certain way. How would you have to play to get a D rank?
Let's see. Never kill anything. Take as much time as there is on the clock. And then I literally don't know what... I forgot what the third criteria is. I think it's like Battle Spirit or something, which I don't know.
Yeah, which I don't know how to... Yeah. Oh, right. That's the thing I wanted to mention earlier. Like, when we fought that boss and like how the machine gun with a upgrade like made it fire faster. It's like I feel like there's probably a term for this, but like I don't think it would be standardized into this type of game because it's very non-flattering. But like,
Oh fuck.
for games where there's stat ups, right? And it initially feels bad to play until you reach certain thresholds. Like, I feel like this it should be like a term, like the point where it becomes an action game, like the action game threshold, where it's what it would be if the game wasn't grindy.
Like the real Contra road course starts here. Kind of a.
Kind of, except that's a reference to Demon Souls, and Demon Souls is a real video game the first time you play it. So that gives the wrong impression. I guess you can kind of argue this for like the Yakuza series too, where it's like until you unlock certain moves, the combat is bad.
Like the I swear it gets good moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that could be it, right? The I swear it gets good moment. Like, just give it like 10 to 12 hours and the game really like opens up.
Once you unlock this, it's a whole then the video game is normal.
The Final Fantasy 13 effect.
Hey, can you dash into it to open it?
Dash. There we go.
Canadian Alligator says, "Oh, like Warframe." Squatch says, "40 eps in, it gets good."
So I took to like while I do the off-stream grinding and just like watch videos on a side monitor. For those doors, I've taken to just like shooting once while facing the other direction and letting the demon tail just damage it, and eventually it'll damage it on the frame where the game's finished loading and lets me open it. But the problem there is it makes the screen flash a lot when I do that. So even when I'm looking at the other monitor, I see this like bright flashing going on at the same time. It's like, ugh. I don't know what it is, but as I get older, like I just have less and less tolerance of flashing lights.
Yeah, I mean, I've like checked myself on this before with screen flashing effects, and it's certainly like, I certainly haven't developed any kind of condition around it, but it's just unpleasant. It's just a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
To eyes.
Yes, exactly. I think the
like even back in the day, it's like, oh, it's more exciting in a light gun game when the whole screen flashes. No, it isn't.
It's also not why it does that. It does that for like technical reasons, but
right, yeah.
But like, I think the only game to ever give me like even close to like a problem with the flashing lights, as in like, oh, I'm actually going to have like a photosensitive reaction to this, was Balan Wonderworld. Specifically,
of course.
So it was specifically pre-patch Balan Wonderworld.
Yeah.
For the final boss, there was a glitch that caused like way too bright flashing, and it was like the same sort of like pattern of flashing that really would set off like a seizure or something. So, and I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, I'm legit getting sick looking at this."
It's like it is the like test pattern for detecting epilepsy, right? Like is the exact, because that's also how what was in Cyberpunk launched.
Where they put that in on purpose, where they were like, "Yeah, this device in game is supposed to give your character like that sort of response," and they did it for the real player too. I've heard that Cyberpunk 2077 is good now, and I still haven't gone back to play it because the launch was so bad. It's like, I don't know if I believe anyone who says that.
I did hear a clip from Castle Super Beast where Wooly was talking about it, Wooly Madden, and like, in case you know about us but don't know about Castle Super Beast and Pat and Wooly somehow, okay, but like. But he mentioned too, it's like people said this game is fixed now. It's not fixed, it's better, but it still has a shitload of technical problems. It's fixed by comparison, but it's not a fully functional, solid video game now.
I'm trying to remember, there's something else recently where I played something that people were like, oh, this is the fixed version. Like, this is the good version now. And I played and I was like, no, it's not good. Like, I hate to see what the old version was like. But I really do not remember what that was.
Also, Cassie's mentioning, you're forgetting about Toki Densho Angel Eyes, which had to dip out of due to visual effects during Fight Night.
Yeah, I forgot. Okay, that one really bothered me. But, like, the Balan Wonderworld one is the only one that made me, like, start getting nauseous. Like, don't look it up. Don't go look it up for yourself. It is a health hazard. Like, that's not a joke.
ADR says games should have reduced flashing options. The mandatory warning screen for every single game is annoying. I mean, it's annoying, but like, it's legally you're obligated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love a reduced flashing option for
I will say, yeah, stuff. Before I saw, God, was it the new Mission Impossible, I think? But it had a warning for flashing lights, and I'm just kind of like, on this I kind of wonder, because it's a movie, it's an action movie in a movie theater, like, I don't even know, I don't know if there's a single one of those I would risk in a theater if I had photosensitivity issues. Like, I guess that's a fair warning, but like, that seems like the kind of like blanket warning for movies.
Do you remember the era where, like, every Kanye West music video had a flashing light warning at the start of it?
Right.
And, like, I remember watching someone, like, talk about his videos and stuff, and he was like, damn, Kanye must really hate epileptics. Because it keeps happening. Turns out there's a lot of people he hates.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, now I wonder if the music video for the song Flashing Lights had flashing lights in it. That would be funny if it was the one that did.
I don't know if I'm going to get this or not. I got it. It doesn't matter because I missed so many in this level.
Okay, Slime also said someone played No Man's Sky and thought that was one that turned itself around. Yeah, I guess no one in chat's mentioned it so far, but that is like a notable example. To the point now where I actually think they overcorrected and now they finished the game they promised and then they turned it into a completely different video game.
Alright, so here's my hot take, right? I preferred the launch version of No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
I actually
I heard a lot of people say that.
Yeah. I actually liked that version, and every time they changed it, it felt like it made it worse for me. It turned more into a game I didn't want. So.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it
like,
is good that they support
what they had there.
It is unquestionably good that they supported the fuck out of that game and definitely tried to make good on most of their stuff and you supported. It just became a game that I personally didn't like.
Yeah. It's funny though, like that game was such a poster child. It's like, Sean Murray, the liar from Hello Games. What a piece of shit developer. They lied to us, they cheated us, and then like not only did they fully deliver, they actually delivered on a different game that's taking forever to come out, and they finished Star Citizen and they put it in No Man's Sky.
Give me Joe Danger 3. I want that.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. Someday, maybe. They're not doing as many No Man's Sky updates as I think they used to.
In Joe Danger 3, you can race on 5 quintillion tracks.
Well, there was that game. Was it not Dirt Grid? Those came out around the same time, I think. And one of those is the game that has a procedurally generated desert you can race around in forever. Which, on one hand, yes, it's a desert, so it can go on forever and not really stand out. But
Fuel. Which I don't
right.
think was procedurally generated. I think that. Well, I mean, I don't think every time you played it, it was procedurally generated.
No, I think it was. Yeah, it wasn't random, but I think it was seeded, like, procedural generation. It's like, it was the same every time, but that's how it kept the, like, file size down. The install size.
No, I do remember that game was, had a humongous map, although...
Yeah.
I think, everyone always compares where's the camera? Okay. Anytime there's a big game map, people will always bring out the map of Daggerfall and go like, well, is it this big? and I don't think it was that big.
No, but I mean, also like the impressive game for its time. But let's be real about what Daggerfall is. Like, actually, Elder Scrolls Arena has an even bigger map than Daggerfall, which is achieved by having nothing at all matter. Okay, Johnny says fuel was based on satellite data. That's right.
How many lives do I have left? 1.
Oh.
Which I guess is actually 2. If you count in video game live logic.
Yeah. But I guess I think this is the meetup with Lily area on other maps.
It look, you know what? I'm seeing that awning over there. Yeah, this is definitely the end. Just have so many bombs.
Yeah. Let's see. KDR says the continued development on Terraria is also pretty crazy.
That's not the same team anymore, though, right? That's like a different company that's updating it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Wrong.
I wouldn't remember. Someone in chat, but that does remind me of how the developers of Dead Cells, like, it was like a very egalitarian sort of worker setup, but then some people wanted to keep developing Dead Cells because it made them a lot of money, so they split off into a different company that just makes Dead Cells.
Cisco also asks, how does this compare to the PS1 Contra, or really any 3D Contra? I have played the PS1 Contras. I think this game controls better than those games. I would rather play those games. This game does not respect your time at all. It does not respect you as a human being at all. This is like a predatory microtransaction mobile game that all of a sudden were like, make it a console game and don't put in microtransactions. Don't change the balance. Just, again, I don't know if that's what actually happened, but if it did, I'd be like, I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would rather play the PlayStation 1 Contra games. Will I? No. Bridge-based Brawl. Exterminate the Fiends. The key to winning is survival. Alright, I thought this was the level where you had to die to win, but...
KDR also mentions Project IGI had maps that were 100 kilometers to the side. Just happened because it was in a flight sim engine. Yeah, also those...
What? What are we doing?
What?
Is this that level from, like, Resident Evil 4?
Oh no! What will you do now that you're not in any danger? Well, this is a great system. I don't know how anyone got killed by Fiends. Just put a fence down.
Well, I can't get those. Never mind.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, they really don't get...
All right.
Okay, by the time that happens, they give you barely any time to... I remember doing the... I used to do the Resident Evil 4 randomizer a lot. And that one part where you get locked into the little square cage with a bunch of... just, like, cultists outside and, like, the one, like, Wolverine kind of guy inside.
Yeah.
I very clearly remember doing a randomizer run where everyone in that room was Krauser. I managed to finish that run. I managed to get the fuck out of there, but damn, that was a tough one.
Also, my favorite thing about Project IGI is that IGI is short for I'm Going In. Which I feel like... I guess that game really didn't leave much of an impact because I feel like when people were all talking about locking in or going in on something, more people would have posted it, or maybe an edit of Rich Homie Quan on the cover or something. But it didn't happen.
Sasquatchulus likened the start of this level to Metal Gear Survive, which reminds me, I need to buy that game. Like, I think it might be on sale right now, but I know the Steam Summer Sale is also about to start. but I need to get that game. Not for want, but because I host a show called Bad Game Hall of Fame, and inevitably we're gonna have to play that. We'll definitely have to do multiplayer for it. It's not on sale right now? Okay. It was on sale briefly. Oh, shit. Okay. That reminds... What day is it? 24th? Okay. I'm not going to spoil it, but there is a game I need to buy tonight after the show before it goes off sale. Specifically for the show. It won't spoil it because if I say what it is out loud, everyone's going to think we're going to do it immediately. Oh, these take a lot more damage now.
Never heard of that show. I'll check it out. Thanks. Well, good news.
Yeah, they're streaming live right now. Maybe we'll do a raid when we're done. Oh, fuck. Give me that. Okay.
So, I don't know. Like, I'll believe that Metal Gear Survive is bad. Like, because, you know, the defense I did hear of it was that, oh, people were expecting Metal Gear and it's not. That's how people defended this game. And they were wrong. But I'll hold that it could be true for Metal Gear Survive. But mostly because I remember when I played Phantom Pain, I'm like, actually moving around this environment, like, moving feels good in this game. It's just that, you know, you gotta sneak around and...
Yeah. I mean, Phantom Pain was... I did enjoy Phantom Pain. Like, it's really fucking weird for that to be where Metal Gear went. But as a game, that was still a lot of fun, I felt.
Yeah, I will say I was playing Phantom Pain, Dark Souls 2: Scholar of the First Sin, and East 7 on a PSP emulator at the same time on my computer, and that's when my solid state drive crashed, like died, and this is before games like universally had Steam Cloud saves, which is how I found out that Scholar of the First Sin at the time and also Phantom Pain didn't have Steam Cloud saves. So I ended up getting like partway into that game. I got up to the Sahelanthropus fight in Phantom Pain, and I did beat it. And then yeah, my game crashed after that, so I lost my save.
So I never beat Phantom Pain because I was playing it when it came out, so pre like patches and stuff, and I got to the part where you lose quiet forever, and I was like, well, I want to finish up everything else I would want to do before I lose Quiet, because Quiet was like my go-to partner. Right. And anytime I say, well, I'm going to finish up everything else first and then beat the game, I never end up beating the game. They patched it eventually where they were like, just kidding, you can get Quiet back. Right. You know, speaking of, now that we're talking about Metal Gear and etc., etc., is Death Stranding 2 out now? I've seen a lot of clips of people playing it.
I guess so. Yeah, what was it?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I didn't like Death Stranding 1, so I haven't...
Oh, it's out on PlayStation.
It's on PlayStation, okay. Yeah, I didn't like the first game. Like, I almost fell off immediately because of the story. Yeah. Like, there were parts of it...
the 26th, I should say, yeah.
26. There are parts of the story that very early on I was like, I fucking hate what this is going for. And I was like, I'll give it another shot. And then, while still basically in tutorial land, I was going somewhere and I fell into... Like, I tripped, and I fell into a river, and the river took me all the way back. All the way back. And that was the moment I'm like, yeah, I'm done. No, thank you. The Scotchless says that just sounds funny. Yeah, like, I had the same thing happen to me when I played the demo for Baby Steps, and that one I was like, okay, that's funny. That's funny that happened. But something about Death Stranding, when I got that far, I was like, oh no, this is this is just laborious. Maybe I should try Death Stranding again, because if I liked playing Baby Steps, I would probably like Death Stranding.
Mm-hmm. That's a headful. That is Baby Steps. That's Banner Foddy.
Yeah. Are we finally at the boss? Yes, Giant Fiend Rematch.
The Squatcher says, Death Stranding walks so baby steps could crawl. Yeah, I have Death Stranding. I haven't played it yet, but like I'm just so curious how that's gonna feel for me, because on one hand, I am a person who's like, when you do like a flip in the game, you should do a separate input for when you like leap onto your hands and then another to jump back to your feet, instead of just doing one where you do the full cartwheel in one motion. But then Death Stranding might be too far along that axis for me to actually like.
Like, from what I understand, that thing we were talking about earlier, the Final Fantasy 13 effect, the trust me it gets good, like, that is Death Stranding, from what I understand. That's like, no, the game really opens up once you get to the part where you have vehicles and all this other stuff you can interact with and move around with. Although I know there are people who like the just walking bit, and I get that. I get the slower meditative experience. I liked the Baby Steps demo, and I like Euro Truck Simulator.
Yeah.
Something about... Maybe I was just in a real fucking bad mood or something, because something about Death Stranding when I played it a couple years ago did not click at all.
Right. Yeah, I also just, I don't know. It's just something I inherently appreciate as, like, this is the Hideo Kojima's, like, big thing after Metal Gear Solid. What's it gonna be? They gave him a blank check, and it's like, it's a walking simulator. No, literally a walking simulator. Is that a weapon on the ground, then?
That's one of those missiles that I have to pick up and put in a thing.
Oh, that is a missile? Okay.
Oh, not a missile.
Oh, it's a tank. Okay,
it's
never
the
mind.
howitzer for the tank.
Yeah, we haven't done that in a while, so I forgot that was part of the game.
I think... Alright. Will they let me? Okay. Careful. 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 What's the button? I don't remember the button to do this. Oh, it's no button.
Why can't you do that with every vehicle?
I don't think every vehicle has a cannon on top of it.
But he just kicks it. Just kicks it out. It's just heavy. But, you know, when the vehicles do explode, they do pretty good damage to stuff around them. Might actually be one of the most powerful weapons in the game, is exploding vehicles.
I mean, one of those powerful weapons in the game is a cutscene. As with minigames. Alright. I feel like when I activated my my special move, it sort of vacuumed some pickups into me. I don't know. No, boss.
Nope.
Okay, never mind.
Holy shit, it's...
Stay alert.
Did I pick that up? Yes, I did.
It's... Yeah. Refight!
Okay, they did something different. Not literally the same boss. Batman?
Okay, hold on. Maybe it'll be a different fight with the reused asset? That's always an idea.
I mean, they even, like, gave him a slightly different model, too. Oh, wait. And do I hear Contra music? Kind of. Yeah. That's been a rarity this entire game, to hear anything that sounds like Contra music.
That's enough spectacle for now.
Yeah, take a break. Shoot some normal enemies. I mean, this is a arrangement of my favorite song from Contra. I was waiting to see if he'd have like a special thing that makes him more open to damage, like the first time, but no, I think I just gotta wail on him. Ooh. Oh, he did most of the damage to himself.
You already said that. Come on.
Oh, that had almost no tail.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, I think this is a fight where I'm not supposed to. Yeah, I wasn't the one to actually
Just a
kill
single bullet. The bandages were blocking all that damage?
It's extra strength band-aids. Alright. KDR says, I think the main question for this is this or Castlevania Judgment. I mean, that's kind of an apples to oranges comparison, but Castlevania Judgment, that's fun.
Oh, new vlog.
It takes so long to level anything up.
Hey guys, it's your boy, the gentleman here.
Legends Brain. Gunslinger main. I'm still going to use that other boss fight as my grind in the future, but... Alright, let's check out...
finally made it to the studio.
Let's check out the plot. Let's go to the plot place. Aircraft take... okay.
Miss Swift, we got your miracle boy.
Ah, wonderful. I was told you were the best. Simply amazing.
Yeah, and no offense, ma'am. We're not fishing for compliments. Just our fee.
But don't you want to know who recommended you to me?
General Phoenix!
General, CEO, whichever suits you. You didn't really think I'd let you slip through my fingers, did you?
My Live 2D technology will animate all the characters.
He can mass-produce the serum, allowing me to send as many men as I like into the damn city. Fuck the damn city, Phoenix! That shithole should be wiped out of existence! Without
Fuck the damn shit, fuck.
our unified Earth will devolve back into the squabbling mess it used to be. We need it to stay just like it is to maintain peace and prosperity for everyone. You actually believe this horseshit? Doesn't matter. Restrain them.
Hit the deck!
That gun's pretty good.
Miss Swift, how much serum do we have left?
Not a lot, but enough for a squad. I'll go get it immediately.
I'm going to end this once and for all.
No, but
Not until they've leveled up their weapons.
But he doesn't want to end this, right? He wants the war forever for peace.
So if we don't mass produce the serum, they're still not going to blow the city up. Like, why would they do? They're not blowing up the city right now. Why would they blow it up if they don't have the serum?
I'll be honest, I'm using these cutscenes as like a restroom break, so I've checked out of this story.
That's interesting because the people writing it are also taking the piss.
Yeah. Let's see, we got. I wonder if we can get through rank 5 for. Oh, hey, we finally unlocked a different exploration mission.
Holy shit!
How much would it cost to? Jesus.
Oh, that's funny. That's funnier than anything else they've written so far.
God, I don't
That's the thing I was
do
going to bring
this.
up earlier. Like,
What?
also, I can't remember which of the PS1 Contras it is where you fight the giant head at... I mean, you fight a giant head at the end of a lot of Contras, but, like, it's the doctor guy or whatever, and he says, "You will be absorbed into my brain." That's a lot funnier than anything in this.
I feel like that's a good thing to say if someone introduces themselves to you and you want to say you're going to remember their name. Mutant Obliteration. Hunt and destroy the Fiends. We found the Fiend that took down multiple Jaegers.
Oh yeah, that concept. That's been gone for a while. That's actually why they wouldn't nuke the cities, because there's people who can enter the city.
Yeah, I don't think
psychic powers or whatever.
I don't think they've used the term Jaeger since the opening cutscene of the game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hiding? What? Well, they can teleport in, so that's... Were those not ambushes? I guess if you know it's coming, it still counts. It is the ambush tactic.
Just, like, we get to another one of those things where it's like, wave 1, and then wave 3! Didn't expect that. Ambush.
You know, if that happened, and then way later into the level, wave 2 popped up on screen and enemies appeared, that'd be pretty good.
I don't know how I keep finding reasons to mention this, but it's like that thing where they release pigs with 1, 2, and 4 painted on the sides in a high school.
Right.
And everyone spends the whole day looking for 3. Mm-hmm. We didn't even do that in my high school, so I don't know why I have reference to that so much.
Oh yeah, me neither, but I heard about that.
I can't say what my high school's prank was, because that would make my high school very findable. It was sort of a singular event that we did. It was sort of a major crime that happened.
I see.
A victimless crime, but still, people could have gone to jail.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like video games I've done something. The closest I can think of is Dusk, where like, was the end of episode 1 or something? Or it might have not even been the final boss, but like you fight an enemy called like the Abomination, and then you kill it, and then another door opens up. It's like the second Abomination. That was pretty good. Though when I was playing Dusk partway through, I'm like, do I actually like boomer shooters? I don't know. I haven't actually tried. I assumed I would because I liked Quake, but maybe I also don't really like playing regular Quake anymore. Not like because it's bad. It's just not what I'm after anymore. Which then I did go through my wish list and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna remove like most of these. Because Dusk is a pretty good one of those, but also I just didn't want to play. I don't like mazes.
I'm still waiting for the day when I have the desk to actually start trying to play boomer shooters again. Just because I really need the keyboard and mouse for that. Although I did play the Slayer X all the way through. I really like that one. And that worked well enough on controller. Like, Slayer X had a lot going for it. Although, unfortunately, the sequel to, you know, Hypnospace did get canceled. It seemed like a weird situation that led to its that led to its cancellation. Although, I don't know all the details.
Yeah.
It sounded like the whole thing was like so fly by night that it was just untenable.
Right.
Oh, there it is again.
Yeah. It is a little. It's like a mixed feeling, because I know at one point Jay Thola did something that was like kind of foolhardy, but you know, backed off from it and like apologized for it. I don't fully remember the specific. It's just like
I don't actually even know what you were talking about.
I think it's like one person did something like pretty bad. I don't know if it was like illegal, but it was like a bad way to treat someone. And Jay Thola immediately just started like, yeah, that sounds crazy. What happened to you? Like the person who was responsible for it. You know, eventually it's like, hey, what the fuck? Like this, you just jump in and immediately like start supporting this person without even looking at what happened. And he apologized for it, as far as I remember. Because it was like, you know, again, I don't remember the specifics, so that's fun. But yeah, also, I don't know. I mean, he's someone who I've been aware of for a long time. Like, he didn't have any idea who I was, but the first like online community I found, and I wasn't really like known in it or anything. Like, I didn't interact too much. It was the Click community, you know, KLIK in short, for because it was click and play.
Right. The
like that line of software from Click Team.
Yeah. Game development software, right?
Game development. Yeah. Yeah, Click and Play, the Games Factory, Click and Create, Multimedia Fusion, which now it's on Steam, so it's called Click Team Fusion, and Construct. Construct is actually made by someone who used to make games in Click Team software, and they wanted to make their own better version. I've heard it's pretty good, but you know, I don't think really any notable, like, well, I don't know, like I don't feel like there's been like a major Click Team Fusion game.
I'm sure someone can correct
out
us
of
if
that.
we're wrong.
Yeah, I mean, because just as far as I know, because like, yeah, Derek, you made Eternal Daughter, like with was it John Perry and David Selesco, like made it, yeah, but then Aquaria's like the first thing I remember it actually getting noted for, and then Spelunky, of course. Like, and no one's like, oh man, you got to go back and play Eternal Daughter, mostly because it doesn't run that well on my computers, because it uses old DLLs and shit, but yeah, and like, you know, so I recognized Jay Tholen's name from there. The stuff he made was nothing like Hypnospace, obviously, but it was like it's like a versus like couch co-op tank game. But there are quite a few of those actually that I downloaded, and kind of. I can't remember if it was like had more going on or less or something, or if it was an homage to that. Like I just remember it was like versus tanks, but I don't remember anything about how it really played. Because there were a bunch of those. A lot of people made hot seat multiplayer games, but I was on the computer myself, so I just downloaded them and tried them out for a bit. And I was like, that's cool.
That was a whole era of like the couch play games where everything was like everything coming out of the indie space felt like it was not online. It was just couch co-op. And like that was like early PS4 days, I think. It was around that age. Yeah. Early to mid PS4 days. And that sucked for me because like I didn't have anyone here to play shit with. So a lot of games were coming out. I was like, well, we can't play that with anybody.
Yeah. I will say though, one of my longest time internet friends, Joel Goodwin of Electron Dance, he does a show with a friend of his, someone I know through him as well, Greg Burnell, who it's called Side by Side, and it is like there's actually still a ton of these like local co-op only indie games coming out, and if you ever feel like, you know, there's not a lot of ideas going, like you should watch that show. There's so much stuff in it that's so cool, like so many ideas that like, yeah, I'm sure you could find them somewhere else, but like I haven't really seen them before, that are like ideas that would only work in co-op. They wouldn't only work locally, but you know, netcode's not the, like, it's not just easy like, oh, just put netcode in. So I imagine maybe with Steam Remote Play Together or Parsec you could get it working, but there's a lot of stuff. We wouldn't do it on the show because they're all good, but
yeah, like Parsec now makes all this a lot easier, but that's not something I had back in those. I didn't have a computer at that time, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I mean, honestly, like even doing like Steam Remote Play Together and stuff like that was for my previous desktop before this, it was bad. It was really bad.
There's one of those local-only co-op games that I really like. It's hard to run now for some reason, but it's called The Yogg, where it was like a 4-player choose-your-own-adventure, up to 4-player. And that was fun because you could just read. Like, you could... Like, the way I would do it with people was I would basically just be, like, the game master. I wouldn't make any decisions. But I'd ask everyone playing, like, hey, what do you want to do in this situation? And it's a little finicky to run now. And I think part of that might be my own setup, because I'm using a 4K television with scaling for Windows, and nothing likes that. And someday the desk will happen, and things will be better. The desk isn't even really a money issue. It's like a logistics issue still.
Yeah, yeah. I hope everyone's enjoying this unofficial episode of the Bad Game Hall of Fame podcast, by the way. The extra show's on a bit of a hiatus. Yeah. But yeah, you know.
All right, and if we're in unofficial podcast territory, Sid, what have you been playing?
I actually finally, like as everyone's waiting for me to do this, I'm playing Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. So, I like it. You know, I played Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, the PS3 version of that, and you know, I feel like a lot of stuff that got cut out of those games for the Sigma version, I didn't care too much about, but like, I think Ninja Gaiden Sigma 1 is mostly a side grade, because there's some stuff that really sucks even in Ninja Gaiden Black. Ninja Gaiden 2 didn't really feel that way. It's like the original version had like an interesting identity to it. But also people kind of looked at it with rose-colored glasses after the fact. Because Ninja Gaiden 2's big thing is that there were tons of enemies on screen, and it was like very violent, and you know, it's just like wild. Like the balance was totally different from other action games. It's like it really solidified that it wasn't like Devil May Cry or God of War or anything. And in fact, in a lot of ways, like this part of the reason why people have such specific fondness for it is people who wanted that could only play Ninja Gaiden 2. There's just no other action game that was like it. It's like, yeah, this Dice Tours has a lot of enemies, but it's not hard. It's not designed really around that being like a thing you have to be on the razor's edge of all the time. Funny, I say that. It's not Ninja Gaiden 2 subtitle. But then Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 was way pared back. Like, I liked it well enough, I guess, but I remember after I beat it, I sold it because I just, like, I don't really care to play this again. So Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, you know, that was announced when they announced... Wait, Contra? What does that mean?
Oh, whenever I pick up the Contra thing, it gives me like a full health bar, and I think there's some other things it's doing. I think I might have... Is it in the guide?
I like that the word Contra pops up in a Contra game. I'm like, wait, what?
What does this game think
What's
it
that all
is?
about?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if it's in the guide, the Contra pickup. Like,
Thanks,
I've been
MIT, for
getting
your
it
open
over
source
time,
technology.
but... Okay,
Right.
let's see. SP armor makes you invincible for a given amount of time. Your attack power will increase. Okay, that's what that is.
Oh, is it already gone? I don't see
No,
any
it's-
indicator for...
It might be. I don't know.
Oh, is it? No, your indicator's always blue. Anyways, yeah, but Ninja Gaiden Black 2 is yeah, it's like it was announced at the same time Ninja Gaiden 4 was surprise announced at that Xbox event, and like it's. I think they initially pitched it as definitive, as like the compromise between Sigma and Ninja Gaiden 2. It's not really, and I think some people who really wanted Ninja Gaiden 2, the original, but just like tuned up, didn't get it. It's not that. I think it's still good though. Like I still think it's like a lot better than Sigma, and it still has some of the things. Cause like Sigma, way cut down the enemy count. It replaced the blood with like purple smoke that comes out of guys, and it just removed some gameplay elements and like simplified them. And you know, Black 2 was like brought back some of that complexity and like difficulty and things like that. Because like one of the rose-colored glasses things about Ninja Gaiden 2 is high enemy count. Just people like, oh, that was so sick, and it was cool sometimes. There were also a lot of instances where off-screen were 30 guys with rocket launchers all shooting you, and it was bad. And also, for the actual console it came out on, the Xbox 360, it ran like shit. It ran really bad. But because people could, you know, play it on an Xbox Series X and it fixed the performance issues, like, oh, now, see, this is the real game. As if now getting shot by 30 rocket launchers off screen is more fun because it's 60 FPS now. No, it's not. It's still bad.
I
So
played a little bit of Black 2, and
right.
it difficult. I kind of forgot how hard it was. But I think it was a thing that at the time I was like, I don't want to invest this much time into this at the moment. I'll probably come back to it, but it really does feel like that game's going to be an investment if I want to play it. Because I'd really have to like buckle down on it.
It's a I'll say it's certainly Ninja Gaiden's a very idiosyncratic game. Like even between entries, like if you play Ninja Gaiden 2, any iteration, like any iteration of Ninja Gaiden 1, it's not gonna work. Like, and you know, by extension also like that, and like I said, how people only played Ninja Gaiden 2 because no other game was like that. That's still true. No action games really play like Ninja Gaiden. They play like God of War, Devil May Cry. Those are the two video games. Or sometimes Dynasty Warriors, I guess. Not really. Actually, surprisingly few people try to make Musou games. Now that
I wish they would.
Yeah. I mean, the new ones are very good. I am kind of curious, actually. Like, not enough to get a Switch 2. Like, no way. But that new Hyrule Warriors, like, is that... I wonder what it's going to be like in a post Dynasty Warriors Origins world. Because that game really changed up a lot of stuff. And, like, really brought it all together. And people liked Age of Calamity, but I still don't know if just, like, that again is going to feel fresh. But that again, but also it runs at a normal frame rate.
We're going to get it? Yeah! Oh, inflicted the most damage.
But yeah, I've been playing that. I've still been playing Night Rain. You have too, haven't you?
Yes. I've been playing Squirrel with a Gun a bit more since yesterday's stream. I'm still enjoying it. I finally did unlock all the Pride. Oh, not all the Pride content, but I unlocked the access to the Pride content. I got some shirts. It turns out that every shirt or every costume item you get in the Pride Month DLC increases damage for thrown bricks. So it's not like it's not exclusive to the trans shirt. But I unlocked the rainbow car. I also I unlocked the garage that lets you get the Pride tank, but I don't have enough golden acorns yet to do it. But that game's fun. Like I think I said during the casual stream yesterday. First of all, frozen area alarm, reach destination, search and destroy in the frozen area. Okay. I was saying that I wish that game. I was saying I hope that Squirrel with a Gun has boss fights like Sonic Frontiers with like post-hardcore music of lyrics. And I played some more after the stream in the Discord, and it turns out it does. It actually does have like real shitty post-hardcore with lyrics during a boss fight. I feel like that happened like a lot yesterday when I was saying like, boy, I wish this game did this, and then it did the thing. So yeah, I think Squirrel with a Gun is real fun. Fun in the... I can see people playing it and not having fun playing it in that sense, but I think what the game is doing is fun.
Right.
And I don't think it's like unfun to play. I think it's nice. But yes, I've been playing mostly Elden Ring, Night Rain. I've been playing so much of it. I've been getting real salty at people who play it bad in random matches. I'm really looking forward to duos coming out.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if I was playing with you without voice, then I might actually end up recreating those behaviors. But since I know what the plan is, it's not as big a deal.
Yeah, I've been trying to do that Everdark Sovereign version of Adele constantly. Mm-hmm. And I've gotten a few more wins under my belt with it. But, and I've definitely started to learn how to do that fight better. But, man, it's a rough fight. Mm. And, like, it's getting better where people are starting to know, like... When you get into a random match, people are starting to know, like, okay, this is what you do during this fight. But especially early on, where when it does its, like, big tornado move, so many people are like, so I just run directly into the tornado, right? I just, like, run in there? Okay, good. And then just immediately die.
Yeah.
Or, like, oh, I'm going to stand where the tornado's going to start, so I'll start in the tornado and then immediately die. Granted, I think that move is super poorly designed. I think it's really poorly telegraphed what that does.
I feel that way about quite a few moves in that game. Like, I think ultimately, like, you know, it's the thing I said about Elden Ring. Like, it's learnable. That doesn't really... you can't just defend every design decision by it being learnable. Like I said, if I was on the podcast, like if we were doing it when Shadow of the Erdtree came out, like I would have said this. Like, there's a lot of YouTube channels I said never show me videos from these people again when it came out, because their arguments for why the initial unpatched version of the final boss was good boiled down to any boss you can technically beat in a video game is good. That's pretty much what their arguments boiled down to. And like clearly, if you said like, "Oh, that's what you think," they're like, "No," but it's like, well, that's what you're saying, though. Like, you need to come with a better argument than what you're saying, because what you're saying is that.
Well, we're only.
Louis says also that they like the previous episode of the podcast. I appreciate that. Thank you. Sorry it took so long. I shouldn't have stacked up all my end of semester or end of quarter classwork and the podcast at the same time.
We are like on a hiatus right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, what?
Because it's already one show for the games that we're currently playing, and I don't know. It's just a thing we're going to work out. If you have any suggestions, feel free to post about them in the Discord.
This is going to hurt when I... Okay. Yeah. Oh, we are, though, like, 2 days away, I think, from Everdark Dark Drift Night being the next fight. Okay, I have gotten way
Maybe
more
I should
used...
just uninstall at this point.
I have gotten way more used to Dark Drift Night now, when I realized that how weak he is to lightning. When it's like, oh, you can just stop his move immediately if you have something with lightning, more or less.
Yeah.
Like I said, the more I play it, the more I'm like, okay, I'm having more fun with these fights. Even though the first impression of a lot of fights are bad.
Yeah. I think that's actually kind of an interesting thing about Night Rain. It's like the gaps between the bosses are quite large compared to how often you can re-attempt a fight.
Yeah.
In Elden Ring. But then it's the only Souls game where, like, well, no, it's not. Sorry. It's the only Souls game where for no technical resource cost, you can refight the bosses as much as you want. Dark Souls 2, you can refight bosses also. Shout out. But like that's why that argument also of like, you really gotta master this boss to beat it. It's like, oh, you don't. Like,
yeah, like
it helps, but there's a good chance you could beat that boss without understanding what the fuck's going on for like a lot of them.
But also, people say, like, people ask questions like, okay, which boss in Dark Souls series has like has the roughest runbacks? Like Night Rain. Night Rain has the worst boss runback.
Yeah, inarguable. Okay, Slime says say something nice
about
the game hasn't thrown up a massive. No, I'm guessing.
Say something nice about this. Massive... Okay, some of the bosses have picked up. Like the third boss was cool. The fourth boss was all right. So it is found some things.
Yeah, they're starting to pick up on the spectacle angle, you know, and they're doing an all right job. You know, there are games that are supposed to have spectacle that just don't. And this actually doesn't seem to have that problem when they go for it. I can sense some of the passion these developers had. Thanks. Good job.
I've actually been thinking about maybe doing some like Night Rain streams, not here, not for Bad Game Hall of Fame. But I was thinking of like on days where I'm off and we're not like doing a thing, like on Friday we have Bad Game Hall of Fame that happens. But I was thinking like if I have like free time, I might stream like on my YouTube channel, just like some Night Rain runs just for fun. Because I'd love to like stream that game out more. But it doesn't really fit our brand, and I can't just bring it to every single Monday show and only do like one run and they'd be like, oh, I guess I'm done. Because honestly, if I'm playing that game, I'm playing like for several hours. Oh, fuck.
Also, I've also been playing, like, this is my actual longer game I've been playing, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So it's a game that's progressively how much time I plan on spending with it has gotten shorter. Because for the first open world area, I did all the side activities. And then partway through doing the second, I'm like, I think I'll skip some more of these. But then I got to a side quest fight, and like I'd been doing a decent amount of the open world side stuff. You know, I wasn't like the lowest possible level by a long shot, and it was still really hard, the fight I got into. And so at that point, I'm like, you know what? I've been thinking constantly, what if I just dropped this down to easy and only did the stuff that like really interested me? And so I finally hit that point. And yeah, it's on easy now, and I'm only going to do the story stuff and the side quests like on the mission boards that have cutscenes. And I'm not going to do the card game, and I'm not going to do all the fucking towers and like powered up enemy fights. I like the game, I like the combat, but it's just a lot of time. It's just a lot of time that I'm not really interested in spend time with. Like the first game, there is stuff that I guess I wasn't super invested in, but because the game is more dense, it's not really much of a problem. But like 2 is really like the open world's just got too much stuff in it that I don't think is very additive. Like when I finished the second hub area and I hadn't done all the open world stuff, I'm like, damn, if only I'd done 5 more Remna Wave towers, that would have really been good. Like, no, not at all. I don't feel like I missed anything.
That's pretty much exactly where I ended up with that first Star Wars game that Respawn put out.
Jedi Survivor, or not Fallen Order.
Yeah, whichever one was the first one. Like, I was playing that for a while, and I eventually just dropped it down to easy. Not because I was having difficulty with it, but the fight stretched out for so long that I was like, this is taking so much goddamn time. I was like, I actually really like the story. It's the first Star Wars thing in a long time where I could actually say, like, I like the story in this. The story is compelling. So I just dropped it down to easy so I could see the story and just get through the fights as fast as possible because they were just, again, not hard, just laborious.
Mm-hmm. Johnny says, I heard some FF7 Rebirth side stuff is better to leave until later. I guess. I don't think I'd really like doing it like if it was just easier, because it's not just difficulty, really. It's also just, I guess, the interest you can get out of it. And I'm really feeling, and I kind of felt this in FF7 Remake as well, that like improving your character on your side, I feel, is more the attraction than like the behavior of the enemies. Because it's like, it kind of works the same for all the enemies, and it's like a kind of boiled down way of putting it, but it's like, oh, what's the thing that puts this enemy into a pressured state so I can stagger them? And that is kind of the equation for all the enemies. And that's fine, but I just don't think it's especially like an experience that benefits from things getting more complicated than that, like versus just like, oh, what can I do with this combination of spells or abilities? And FF7 Rebirth gives you a lot more abilities you can use at a time. And so I like using that more than I'm like, oh, I want to fight a wolf that can also put me into the stun state or something. Imagine me says, a number of my friends said Rebirth side content was a real slog. Yeah, it's just too much. It's the kind of thing where I feel like they really put a ton of money into it and didn't entirely like they didn't build the entire thing from the ground up with everything being like, oh, this has to be this good. Like, I think they had some minimums they kind of built the game around instead of what's explicitly interesting. It's something like, oh, you have to activate these towers.
I've just realized this is a repeat level. Like, it took me a while, but yeah, this is a level we've done tonight.
Yeah. But like the towers, like, right, it's like, oh, this will take you to a place on the map you wouldn't go. Well, the map already grays out the areas you haven't been yet. So you know where you haven't been if you want to explore. And actually, it's kind of the inverse, because if you explore before you have a quest to do something, you'll just see interesting stuff that you can't interact with. Like, I remember I found, like, the item synthesizing thing. I saw that I can make a gear for the windmill in the first open world area, and so I did it, like, right away. And there's a lady you can talk to by the windmill who's like, it'd be great to get this working again. But until you do the explicit quest to get the windmill working again, you can't do anything with it. So there's not really anything to get ahead of by exploring. It's kind of like that problem that Dragon's Dogma 1 had, where like you can find that area, Blue Moon Tower, very early, but the front door's just locked. You just can't get in. So it's kind of, there's no point in going there until the game lets you. Slime says, I heard the plot really thickens in Contra Rogue Core by the time you get to the 5th iteration of this level. I feel like Travis Strikes Back probably does something like that.
You find an NPC in here that's like, finally I can tell you what really happened.
It all happened when I had a dead wife.
Okay, this is the thing that earlier I was like, oh, I see what I have to do here, and I didn't do it. So now I'm going to try that again and see if there's actually something there. Because I looked at that section, and I was like, that doesn't look like there's anything actually over there. Right, so break this.
Right.
Right, okay, I want... Well, okay. You know what, I'm going to forego that. Because I want to see... Because we turned all of these off, right?
Yes.
What would even be the purpose of turning this off? Because you can go here now. You can't get through here.
Was that just to indicate that you're not supposed to go? But you don't need to do that. The game's linear. You just can't go that way, so you won't go that way.
Yeah, you can't go up here.
What?
Yeah, so there's no point to turning it off because you're just going to leave anyway.
Imagine me said, what is this factory supposed to be producing? Oh, it's the damn city. It doesn't have to make sense.
It's making damned.
Nah, that's true.
Right,
Possibly making fuck as well.
Same bosses earlier from this area. Although it doesn't have a proper boss health bar.
Wow, wow, your health got eaten up there.
Oh, it's at the point now where, like, any hit is going to fuck up my health.
Right.
Oh, wait, need a... No, get over there. Get over there. Get over there. Get over there. Quick. You know, don't know what's happening. Okay, he's vomiting on me. That's what's happening. Alright, please pick up a health thing before... Okay, good enough.
Fine, Jet says that building was designed like when I used to doodle fake platformer levels in my journal during class. Oh, hey, yeah, I did that. Not during class, actually. I made a platformer in Multimedia Fusion. I don't remember if I ever finished it. I didn't finish, like, anything. I worked on it at that point in my life.
I remember when I was a kid, let's say 10 to 11-ish, so like middle school-ish, I would make like, I guess like, lay out like dungeon stuff. Not, you know, not literal dungeons, but basically a game map that had like logic puzzles that you would have to solve, you know, in each room. And I'd have, you know, people try it out. The thing was that I wasn't good at making, like, logic puzzles, so they weren't logic puzzles. They were really just, like, know what I'm thinking. Know which key is the right key in my head, and you can get through it. Because it worked on an internal logic to me, but not a logic that anyone else could divine. So, they weren't good. Sass. I remember in high school, though, I wanted to make a fighting game, and I had all these ideas and stuff, and that was the dream that was never destined to live. Apple Pie 7. It's a heart.
Heart? An apple pie heart?
Well, I mean, we gotta go see it. Yeah, the problem with the fighting game thing, one of the many problems with the fighting game thing was that I was basing it off of my own like universe of characters that I already had. And I didn't really want to cut any of them because I love all my characters. And as I said before, I have like 300 around at this point at least, and it was probably around 100 when I was in high school. So scope was a little out of control.
Right.
Consecutive hits, SP. Okay, what's... I lose the plus credits, and I lose the extra life. So, no, the apple pie isn't worth it.
No. Yeah, wow, it's actually quite bad.
What other things did we get recently?
No, that armor skeleton. Crystal skeleton's level 41.
Yeah, but this is our only means of shield defense right now, is this. So, not that. But the eyes. Right now we got... Okay, skill up is our big thing, mixed with special weapon damage. This... I think only slightly better special weapon damage and no skill up. So, no. The brain... Homing gun mastery is actually good right now. Like, I have a lot of... Because I'm using that homing gun as my main thing. But, anything else even remotely as good? No. Okay. So continue to not interact with this system. What about my weapons? I actually don't even care. I'm just gonna walk away from that. No,
Thanks for getting a screenshot in the Discord of the ass ranking.
Let me see. Do I have anything?
Ooh, side chuck run.
And it's a homing gun. How much would it cost to make? 3,000. See how little it costs like to make a B+ gun, but then to like upgrade?
Yeah.
Okay, I am curious.
Lime, don't tell them it's safe for work. Let them get into the Discord first.
Let's see. Okay. B+ does a good bit of damage. Let's make this and just see what it is. What it's like.
Can you?
I can.
Oh.
I like way overshot it, but it is doable. Critical hit. Let's see, what do I have multiples of that I can get rid of? What do I have multiples that I feel safe getting rid of? How many S-size Mach 3 do I have? Okay. Do I have anything that's just like worth 2? Yeah, there we go. And then just bads. Good enough. Now let's see how that works. I think I'm gonna need to remove. Yeah, I need to remove something. No.
Oh no, not the plate.
Let's remove the plate. And let's see how this works. That's not bad.
Wow.
Actually.
Oh, hold on. Finally, new gun? Good? In a video game?
Yeah, hold up. What else can I do with this? What else can I put on this gun? That's good right there.
A lot better
Major
than the other gun.
Rating cooldown rates. Okay.
Bow power increased.
Yeah. Let's scroll down to where I can actually afford the storage. Okay.
Let's see. Slime, best dumpy, a hungry beast. No contest.
Okay, this is all elemental damage. Don't care.
Just Gentleman, he doesn't really have. He's just got legs. It's into the torso then. And Kaiser, I feel like the amount of slurs he'd say if you even indicated that you're looking at his ass would be uncountable.
Do I have anything better than a level 3? I don't think so. What is Ice Core? Cooldown rate increases when your shield is 25% or lower.
I used to be in an Ice Core band.
The Santa Claus with a CLAWS.
Haha.
Alright. Yeah, more damage. Does that max out the thing? Yes. That's actually... That seems pretty good.
Wow.
And let's try it with, the power... Oh yeah, and it's hacking behind me.
Oh yeah.
Let's try with power up on.
Wow. Damn. Holy shit.
Yeah, I think we
And
found...
also, what the fuck's going on back there? This is also exploding.
I think we found our new sub-weapon.
What do you know, Rocore? You did it.
Let's see.
Loot. That was good.
How much left until we get to the end of... we got a ways to go.
Yeah.
Do we want to do one more level, or do we want to just call it here and hopefully finish it on the next episode?
I mean, I think it'll be an even 3 more for the next set.
Yeah, okay.
To start next time, so...
Yeah, let's do one more.
Plus, I mean, this is a jungle that just appeared in the city, by the way, so it's gonna be brand new. It just appeared, this jungle.
New jungle just dropped. Wonder if this damn city's doing some climate change.
What do you mean you wonder? What about all the random parts that are like encased in ice? And then other parts that aren't. That's... Do you think that's a normal climate?
Oh, we
Whoa,
finally
hold
get
on.
this song again. It's only been since, like, the tutorial of the game. This thing is so good. Right? This weapon?
Hey, this is one of the this is some solid progress towards the action game threshold.
I think when we finish the game, we will have reached the point where it's almost there. It won't ever get there, but we'll get, like, real close. Do I need to destroy these things? No, I can't. There's just constant threat. Oh, I'm gonna have to grind out this gun. I'm gonna have to upgrade this thing.
Wow. I feel like if I heard this song in any other Contra thing, I'd be like, this is kind of a crappy remix of that original Contra stage theme. But in this, it's like, holy shit.
Yeah,
a melody. Contra.
Sounds like it wants to be here. Which makes one of us.
Prince Hortkin in chat says, sounds like there's a need for a revised version for Switch 2.
Yeah, Match Me Out says, I wonder how
I mean,
chunky the performance of this game hits on Switch.
Well, if it's still got the same performance cap, then it's gonna be this. So, you know.
Oh, this at best.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the Switch 2 can accomplish this. This is an extremely low technical bear. This is
I wonder.
Unambitious.
Thing is, I kind of do wonder how it runs on the Switch 2, because I've seen things where, like, the Switch 2 versions of games run way better than they were literally ever meant to. Like, Deadly Premonition.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Please,
oh my god, why is he not getting stunned?
Thank you. Like, I barely even need it now, but...
And then Miss Harakiri delivered her iconic line.
I take your word for it that she's saying something, because I literally don't hear a goddamn thing. I don't remember how long the cooldown, if it overheats, was for that gun we just got.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think for the homing missile, it was like 7 seconds, so...
Right. The machine gun has a 40-second cooldown? 45 seconds?
It does not have a 45-second cooldown. No, that's my ultimate.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. The machine gun's to the left, right.
Yeah. I'm only using the... not only. I'm using the sub-weapon more now because this actually has decent cooldown, fire rate, all that.
Yeah. Slime
really
I just realized she doesn't kill herself before she loses all her health, and that's deeply offending me right now. Well, she pulls out the sword and stabs herself. That's just normal. That's normal for her. That doesn't go against the Japanese concept of to live.
Whoever messaged me on Discord right now, I regret to tell you that this is an unpausable game, so that message will not be read for the next 15 minutes.
Cass messaged me earlier, but it was for a thing that's already done.
Oh, do they want us to talk about what games we've been playing recently?
Oh boy.
I'm running low on life. I mean, there's only one wave left, but...
Cool.
Okay, I need to get a clean take of just the phrase thick as fuck soundboard.
Yeah, I guess this weapon has one downside. That's not very as good for burst damage, seemingly. I can't tell. The boss doesn't look like it's taking any damage. What's that?
Because its armor is thick as fuck.
Of course.
Oh, we're gonna lose this fight.
It really looked like she was...
Yep, mission failed.
Oaks!
Yeah, we'll approach this mission next time. I will grind this out. In fact, I might finish this mission before next time, and then we see it next time to show how it's done, so I can figure out how you beat that boss. But, yeah, folks. I think that will do it. I think I have more work to be done before we finish that boss off. So, with that being said... Folks... Thanks for joining us here tonight on Bad Game Hall of Fame. You know what? This has been the most promising this game has been thus far. Like, this has been the best it's been. And it's bad. It's still bad. But we saw bits tonight that had little specks of promise. Little bits of maybe they understand something. We had a good boss fight. We had a boss fight that was at least somewhat different. We got a cool weapon. Let's hold on to the things that get us through this game, because we're gonna have to get through it again in due time. But for now, thank you all for joining us. If you'd like to support us here at Bad Game Hall of Fame, and you are able to do so monetarily, then please consider subscribing on Twitch, becoming a YouTube member, or checking out our Patreon. Any of the above gets you access to the Patron Saints channel on our Discord, where you can vote on the direction of the show going forward. Include... I'm sorry, now I just saw the message that Cass sent me. You can't stop me, Cass. Anyway. Right, so, right now, our patrons are voting on our game that we're going to play on Thursday, which is a choice between an Arnold Schwarzenegger game or a Sylvester Stallone game. The options are Batman and Robin on PS1, Demolition Man on 3DO, Rambo the video game on PC, or Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines on PS2. There's still, as we speak right now, there are 22 hours left to vote. So if you get in there, you have the option to pick what we're going to play on this coming Thursday. If you can't financially support us, we completely understand. You can just join the Discord. It's free to enter. We do hangouts there very often. We have a lot of discussions going on. And our bad game of the month. We are still doing Devilish for now, but another month is coming soon. Or you can also tell people about our show. Link to our Twitch, link to our YouTube. We have a playlist over on YouTube, our recommended viewing, 20 handpicked episodes that we think are best for onboarding. Or if you know someone who likes to fight a train, maybe link them to this episode, to our Contra Rogue Core playthrough as it goes and continues. Stream schedule. Thursday will be the result of that patron poll, so it'll be an Arnold Schwarzenegger game or a Sylvester Stallone game. I had to remember the name. On Friday, the Bag Game Hall of Fame will return with Johnny Baghead. We don't have a exact idea of what we're doing for that quite yet, but it should be something good. Saturday should be the return of Cursed Kart Racers with Wii racing games. We finally dive into the pit of shovelware that is Kart Racers on the Wii. Monday will be Casual Monday, once again, where we just bring in whatever we want. And Tuesday, coming up, I don't believe that will be Contra Rogue Core. I think, Sid, you have some prior obligations that need to be met on that day, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So we will figure something out for next Tuesday, but we will all take a brief break from Contra for continuing that.
Sorry, everyone.
That gives me 2 weeks to grind out. Anyway, I think that'll do it. Let's see if there's anyone who we should raid for tonight. Who's doing stuff? Zandra is playing something called Pipstrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo. I think I know some people who were like excited about that. If I remember correctly.
If you're looking forward to playing Mina the Hollower as a game that's an homage to Zelda Link's Awakening, where you play as a cute mouse, guess what? There's actually one out right now. It's Pipstrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo.
Yeah, let's go check that out then. Tell them we said hi. But for now, I think that will. I think we need to fill more air because the countdown on the raid is like a minute and a half for some reason. Why did that happen? Anyway, thank you for joining. I'm just gonna go through it and make sure that happens. Anyway, for Bad Game Hall of Fame, I have been Charky.
I've been Sid as fuck.
Thank you for watching. And good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.